This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Morning, everyone.
The show is on the road, I think, right?
I guess.
Right. Oops.
Or in this box that we sit in every day.
Yeah. Wrong headphone jack. There we go.
Blow
out some ears.
So I guess we found the plane debris.
What?
So we're good now.
Again?
It's the story.
It's the story that won't end. It's fucking...
Look, and they're on the big map.
Jimmy loves this map. Look, the plane made a left turn.
Oh yeah, look. Okay.
Yeah. I guess they found hundreds of pieces of debris on a satellite.
Yeah.
But nothing's been picked up out of the ocean yet, and there's been no confirmation as to what it is.
And these satellite images are 3-4 days old, so by the time they show us, we can't help them anymore.
Oh, we're no help.
We're no help whatsoever.
I try. I don't know.
Find the plane already.
It goes on and on. One piece. One little fucking coffee cup floating in the ocean that says Malaysian Air.
One piece that just has the letter M on it would be good enough at this point. So
yeah, and they haven't brought back anything.
But they're walking on the map again. Don't you dare walk in Australia. They just walk in Australia like it's no big deal.
Yeah, look, they like staying in the middle of the ocean.
Well, now they're in the middle of the ocean, but they love just standing right on Australia with their dirty feet.
And they point at the plane.
Bet you they wouldn't, stand on Afghanistan like that.
The other screen is showing that train that crashed into the platform.
Oh, and the body parts?
No, that was a different one. This is the one where a train just crashed. It's a video of the train crashing into the platform. It looks like an action movie.
How did it crash into the platform?
I guess somebody didn't step on the brakes. It
fell
hit
asleep.
like an escalator.
What do you mean he fell asleep? These guys stop falling asleep?
Yeah. He dozed off.
Trains are pretty easy to control, as long as you're not sleeping.
That's probably why they fall asleep.
I thought you meant the other one.
Oh, that guy.
Where was that? I think it was in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Train comes in, takes out a person that's leaning over the platform, and the body parts went flying. And the body parts, I guess, injured people.
Injured other people. Like a fucking flying head, an arm.
What do you mean a flying head? They said a flying head?
He was peeking his head out over the platform.
You got to peek, though.
And the train hit him. No, you don't.
I'm a peeker. You got to peek a little bit.
If there's a train in front of you, you know the train's there. There's no reason to peek.
Although, one of the best things the subway system here in New York City did was showing you when the trains are coming. Finally. They've had this technology forever for all the other cities.
Yeah, they show you.
And New York finally got this where it says, okay, the one train.
3 minutes out.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to do the peek anymore.
You know what's even better?
What's that, Travie?
Now, on all the buses, they're all fitted with GPS.
Right.
And you can watch on your cell phone where the bus is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe Jimmy needed that for his 911 call. He would have known that where it was. He could have said it said GPS coordinates.
That's right. My new action film is called Bus Tracker. It's about a man who finds all lost buses in the city with his cell phone.
How often does it happen?
Probably once every 7-8 months.
That's terrible.
Yes, it is.
Are the city buses good? I've never been on a city bus.
Yeah, I mean, I take them now.
Oh, my
They're
God.
fine.
I've never been on one either.
I kind of want to just go on one to check it out.
Oh, my goodness.
I never took one until Sandy, and we didn't have a subway out where I live.
Right.
And now I keep taking it because...
It's not bad?
Well, that time of day, it's not bad because there's no traffic. I wouldn't want to take it.
Oh, yeah? Is it reasonable?
I've walked a lot faster than the buses.
Than the bus?
Many times.
Yeah, I wouldn't take like a crosstown bus.
Crosstown buses in Manhattan, I swear to you,
fucking traffic.
On any given day, you could walk faster than the bus.
With the dregs of society.
And people still will squeeze into the bus to go slower than a human being walking on the sidewalk. It's really strange.
And who looks more pained than people waiting for a bus during like a horrible, cold, snowy day?
Right.
They're just like shaking and steam is just flying out of everyone's face at the bus stop.
I don't know.
No, thank you. I'll be in my Escalade.
Escalade. Search for the flight recorder.
Why don't they just get Escalades and drive in? I don't understand it.
Sorry, I was doing the headline on CNN.
Oh, what was it?
Search for the flight recorders.
Oh, they're still searching for those.
And they have the countdown. I think we're down to 12 days or something.
Oh, boy.
13 days, something like that. I don't know.
And they're starting to go over to the mud story, I guess. They're starting to, they finally addressed the fact that there's a lot of people killed in that mudslide in Washington.
What, they weren't sure at first?
Well, at first it was just a few people killed and then a few missing. Now there's a fuckload missing, and I guess 90 people missing.
I learned that in Washington State, there's a lot of areas like this that have unstable earth.
Yeah, this place was warned back in the 90s.
That
some guy said, hey, the exact area said, hey, that could be a devastating landslide.
Really?
And they said, okay, we'll look into it, and then built houses.
Built them cheap, I'm sure.
Whoops.
At the time.
Yeah.
Something about the Ice Age that came in and made this
way
area
back.
very unstable.
Damn.
With whatever's in there, I don't know.
Damn.
So that's just a horrible, horrible tragedy.
Tragedy.
Number of missing drops to 90, but that's still 90 people that will probably be dead.
Well, how many of them
you
were
might have
declared
one or
dead?
two that,
24.
Were they counted in the original missing thing? Did they drop it down just because they counted some as they
No, there
counted
was
some?
like 150 or 50 at some point. Maybe even 70.
Or 60, something like that.
Yeah. So I guess they found some people.
Right.
People just on vacation,
Yeah.
Family goes,
What do you shit dicks think about Carolla being sued to shut down podcasts?
That is fucking so...
It's some
fucking
kind
ludicrous.
of... it makes
some
me
kind
sick.
of technology thing.
Yeah.
It's people that squat on patents. It's the patent squatters.
Right.
And there's certain patents that are inherent to podcasting, I gather.
Right.
And they sit there and then they try to get money out of whoever is using their patent.
Has to do with the technology, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
it has to do with the technology end of it.
But can't you just do your podcast a different way that doesn't use that particular technology?
I don't know. But there's a problem with these.
There would be a workaround to that somehow.
There might be. But
No,
I know this problem is in a lot of other industries, too. Patent squatters.
I think it sucks for Adam Carolla and the guys. I know all those guys are getting together trying to fight this thing.
Yeah, they're all going to
It's a weird,
I hope.
it's a strange little loophole that's going on.
He's got a Fund Anything account.
Yeah.
Where you can donate to, like, his legal fees, because it costs millions of dollars to fight these patents.
That's why they get paid, because these motherfuckers they say, well, it's going to cost you a lot more to fight it than it would just to pay me off. That's how they make their living. They should just summarily be executed.
Who's the guy
Or
suing
be
him?
summarily executed.
I don't know. I don't know all the details of this. I know, like
I heard
Ed
this a
said,
long time ago.
it's a patent
being
on
sued
the
for-
technology that allows you to podcast.
Right.
Is Patton Oswalt involved in this?
I think so.
Why?
Because his name's Patton.
I think so, yeah.
I can't believe I didn't know.
Well, you could dish him out. You can't understand him.
No, well, you know what it was? He doesn't have a podcast, so I didn't see the relevance of bringing him in. No,
I see.
but I had heard this mentioned. Someone else had told me about this a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I have such a visceral loathing for a guy
Yeah.
who does that. Just a scumbag.
A leech. It's a leech. It's a
fucking
pilot fish. It's
scumbag.
a fucking just a problem. Right there, just sapping on to people that are trying to actually make something of themselves.
But the podcasters should figure out the workaround. There's got to be a workaround where they all could go, all right, screw you, we're doing it this way now. There has to be.
It could be the actual, like, I don't know, but it could be the actual technology of broadcasting your voice over the internet. And that's like what some guy
really?
has. So how do you work around that?
That's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
He's being accused of infringing on personal audio's patent, blah, blah, blah. System for disseminating media content representing episodes in a serialized sequence.
Okay, there you go.
Wow. Are we involved with this?
Jesus. So anyone that's
decides to sue
doing
you.
that online,
Yeah.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
doing a scheduled broadcast
Right.
like that, he has the idea of a scheduled broadcast patented. What a cocksucker.
Wow. I hope he has insurance.
Yeah.
It's hard to get insurance for stuff. I mean, not hard, but I hope he has it.
Yeah.
But doesn't it affect all those guys?
Yeah. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, that's why
Is
they're
he the
all
only one being
jumping on
named?
board. Well, I think there's a few
I'm,
guys.
I'm not sure. I think you have to probably individually sue everybody.
He's the
right?
high-profile guy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because this guy knows that he can go after
Yep.
Adam, who's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a lot of money.
And
Right.
get the headlines, too, for doing it. So obviously, yeah, that sucks, to answer your question.
He's out of Shabbat.
It sucks for Adam Carolla and the rest of the guys going through that, so.
What's
Yeah.
the guy's name suing him? I mean,
I don't know.
oh, it's a company. Ugh.
The company's called Personal Audio.
Who are you?
I'm Sal.
Why are you there?
Ew.
Why are you there?
Sam wanted me in the studio today.
Why?
I think he said he was sick.
Sam's sick?
That's what he told me. That was a rare
Is
thing.
he home?
No, he hosted the pre-show.
He did?
Yes.
I saw him.
God, why don't we listen to our own channel?
I don't know. So what is he doing for the day?
I don't know. He just said, I'm going home after the pre-show.
Okay.
Oh, he went
He
home.
did go
Wait,
home.
he's going home?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, he must be just...
I think
Wow.
he's in bad shape, yeah.
I say the kid's on the drugs.
I think so, too.
He's built up something. He's got this thing. He's doing the fame thing really quickly. He had a couple of shots on the WWE thing,
Right.
and now he just decides, I'm going to start doing the drugs.
He's doing the drugs?
He's on the drugs.
Oh, boy.
It's the rumor I want to start.
He probably has an ice bag on his head, old school somewhere.
That's a good thing. Does his voice sound normal now? Because if he's sick, he might actually sound like a man.
He might have a deeper voice.
That's a good one.
My voice is just shot.
Yeah.
My voice was never this deep.
No, it's just
I
gone.
think it's just scratched to shit.
Your voice gets deeper as your hearing gets worse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
I think it's just all those dumb years of yelling and screaming took its toll.
Well, the sounds I get to hear in my ears from tinnitus, it's like the audio version of a lava lamp going off in my head. Just all this.
I don't have that, thank God.
Oh, it's
I think that's when you
fantastic.
were in bands or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Because I don't have that. I just can't hear in like restaurants and stuff.
What do you say?
I could hear, but barely.
Have you ever heard the specials?
Huh?
Have you ever heard
Oh,
the
God,
specials?
no. I just nod.
I just nod.
And I get bummed out because I know there's something really good there, probably.
I never hear the specials.
And I'm too embarrassed. Like, I should be on one of those commercials.
With
Like
the hearing aid guy?
Yeah, I'm too embarrassed to tell her to repeat it. So I just sit there and make believe. Oh.
And then there's the clip after you get the hearing aid. You'll be sitting there with the menu going,
Right.
I'll have that.
Right, exactly.
Now I could hear the special.
Oh, God, no. Sometimes I'll hear salmon.
Chutney.
Yeah, you just hear key words. Today we got
Shrimp.
We got flan.
That's what and then you just nod. Oh, you look at who you're with and go, that sounds delicious.
Right.
I have no idea what they said.
I hate restaurants that like fancy up their dishes too.
Yeah.
And then you get it. It's just chicken, but how they say it, they put two like I don't know, it's two little things on it. And
Delicately infused
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Well, if it's delicately infused.
Wow, well, thank you for
I'm
that.
on the motherfucker.
That's funny. Yeah, I haven't heard specials, and God, I thought you meant the band for a second.
No, it's just.
No, I haven't heard specials in a restaurant in years.
I like when they put it up on the blackboard in the place, but then I have to get my glasses.
Well, that's the other problem because my eyes went too.
Oh no!
That LASIK surgery. They told me at the time it would last about 10, 12 years.
Yes, I'm having the same thing.
And now I need glasses to drive. And
It's like flowers for Algernon for your eyes.
I don't need glasses full time though, but for the dumb, I don't need it for reading. I could read all that tiny font. It's like driving, movies, being in a restaurant and trying to see the specials board.
I had to go to retard font. It literally says retard font on my phone.
That's how
see
giant
anything.
it is?
Yeah, giant.
Would you get a touch-up? I'm
thinking about it.
My left eye is bothering me. I think I strained it a little bit, and I'm like, I wonder if it's just from too much computer. No. My throat would be strained. Then. But no, that's just too much looking on the computer or whatever.
I was told at the time that middle age will, take out the LASIK a little bit.
So you're going to lose yours in like 5 years then.
That exactly. So I want to try to take care of it now before
it happens.
Can you get a touch-up though? That will last?
I don't know. I have no idea what the technology's at.
I'm debating.
I used to be all in with that guy. He became my friend, and then he freaking died.
If thine eyes deceive thee, pluck them out. That's what I say. If thine eyes deceive thee, pluck them out. You got to go old school with these medical problems.
I hear you. I loved the guy from DiamondVision. He was a great guy.
DiamondVision.
We sold a lot of.
All right.
We sold a lot of procedures for that guy back in the day. Remember?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I just said it. He's a good guy, and I swear to you, I'm having a brain fart as you say that.
I just heard his name.
I need to know his name.
Dr.
Filatov.
Filatov. Thank you. Jesus.
Dr. Filatov.
He was a solid dude, man. And I guess the company went on without him, sort of.
Yeah.
They tried to advertise again when we first went back to radio or whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll give him a call, see if there's some new procedures.
See if there's a touch-up?
Yeah.
I could see distance fine, but, man, that close-up shit now, it's literally painful. Like, if I look at something too long, and too long is like a few minutes.
Right.
I get this fucking feeling in my head like I was stabbed with an ice pick. It's, yeah. I got reading glasses thrown around my house like Johnny Appleseed came through with them.
Smart.
Yeah, because I would be upstairs going, they're downstairs, they're upstairs, they're in my bag, they're in the car. Now I bought a fuckload and literally threw some in my bedroom, threw some downstairs.
That's what parents do with pacifiers when they have a newborn.
A little nookie.
You throw pacifiers all over the place.
Yeah.
So they could find one.
Could just find them.
That's what you did with your glasses.
Just fucking sew them. Yes.
If they beat Carolla, they're just going to take out every other podcast one by one, including yours eventually. Ours? The hell's up with ours?
Ours is so far down on their list, and only because
ours.
It's guys like the guys that they're going after. They're called a patent troll.
Yes.
And it's like I feel like my jaw is getting tight as I just read. I have such a loathing for this legal procedure shit because they know how to tie you up financially.
Yep.
So the EFF, which is the Electronic Frontier, am I saying that wrong? Electronic something, I probably should know that I just read it and I can't find it. What does that sell?
Electronic Frontier Foundation.
It is, Foundation. Are helping to fight the patent. So they have all these people donating to it. So now with this this company, which they're called Personal Audio, is subpoenaing EFF to get donor information. It's just there's no reason they need donor information on who's donating.
No.
It's not their business who's donating, but in the legal system, when you start...
It's a threat. It's a fucking
If
tactic.
you donate, we're going to subpoena,
Yeah, maybe we'll come after you.
Yeah.
So what do they want in the end?
They just want to get paid, I think.
How much?
I don't know. I haven't read the lawsuit. I don't know. I literally have not read the lawsuit.
But it's a never-ending thing. It's not like how much do they want to get paid. Then they'll just move on to the next guy, the next guy, the next guy.
They probably want a taste of every podcast.
They want a settlement. They want a settlement with each one and a taste of everything. And this isn't so much as to win this fight so then he could go on to someone else. This is to change the whole fucking way this operates.
So the podcast guys have got to figure out a workaround.
No, they got to like change the way this fucking patent system works with this technology.
Right.
Well, the patent
or maybe there's another technology they could use.
Maybe another one, or the patent was put through in 2009, so it wasn't like this, or 2012 it finally went through, and like Carolla was doing this since 2009. Like he was doing it before it actually went through. So.
Right.
Yeah, it's more than just Carolla against this guy. No, it's the whole industry.
I don't know the legalities of this shit.
More importantly, let's say hi to Brad in Jersey, who works for DiamondVision.
Oh my goodness!
Yep.
Do you really?
I used to be the CEO of DiamondVision, and I was very close friends with Dean Phillips. I'm now a consultant for them. But as far as you having a touch-up on your eyes, the only issue is right now. I assume prior to the surgery, if I recall correctly, you were nearsighted, right? Oh.
Wow, how do you know about my eyes? That's creepy.
Oh shit!
Am I a big deal at DiamondVision?
You're like a big celebrity.
Am I a big deal on the wall?
You and LT?
I sure hope so, because I'm not at my high school. So maybe I'm a big deal at DiamondVision at least.
You're on the Wall of Fame in our Garden City office. So you keep it local, right?
Nice. Yeah, I was nearsighted.
Yeah, so back then, distance was trouble for you, and up close was no problem.
Right.
Now, I assume you're a little bit over the age of 40, a little bit older than me.
All right.
What happens there, though?
Little bit.
Everybody else, when you hit like 40, 45 years old, you need glasses for reading, right?
Yeah.
Right now, that little bit of nearsightedness that's kind of messing you up, fucking you up in the distance is helping you out up close. A little bit's helping you up close.
Oh no, I could see everything perfectly up close, which makes it a pain in the ass when I do have my glasses on, because then when I look down, I can't see shit. So now I'm starting to think bifocals. I'm not doing bifocals.
Bifocal sucks. So the idea was,
although are bifocals finally cool? Because when we were growing up, that meant you were a grandpa.
Well, there's no lines anymore.
Oh, there's no lines?
No.
Nice.
They're still not cool.
So I could slide into some bifocals and no one would know the difference.
Yeah.
All right. I see what's going on here.
All the time, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not wearing glasses all the time.
That's the point with bifocals.
They make these blue eyes of mine too giant.
Oh God.
I hate glasses that make people's eyes big. It creeps me out. Sorry, go ahead.
So,
Brad.
sir, yes.
No worries. If you fix both eyes and got them touched up for distance, both eyes for distance, then you have to wear glasses for everything up close. So basically, you'd be swapping out a pair of distance glasses for a pair of just based on age.
So could we get the LASIK?
Chances are, if you can go get I can give the number and everything to the guys offline, but you have to come in and get evaluated, make sure your cornea is thick enough, the eyes aren't fucked up with,
I had an injury years ago with my left eye. Like I think I got hit with a baseball or something. So they didn't even know if I can get the surgery the first time. So I had to go to a specialist who looked at my eye, and then he had to sign off and tell the photographer, whatever, whoever did mine, that, hey, it's okay. But I was like an inch away from not being able to get it at all.
I got to tell you, back in, I think it was 99 or 2000, I got this done. And I remember walking around Manhattan, I felt like I had superhero eyes.
Oh, man.
I was looking in apartments that were 4 or 5 stories high and could see detail in these apartments.
It's a miracle.
And I think at the time I was better than 2020. Isn't that?
You're 2015. Yeah.
2015, right. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable what these eyes are supposed to see if you get them tuned up right.
Yep, exactly. A brewer came too. He had his eyes done with it.
Dude, we got everyone done through Diamond Hey,
are things like Viagra and Cialis bad for your eyes? Because what they do to the eye muscles in the back?
The contact lenses, you said, Jimmy?
No. Are Viagra and Cialis bad for your eyesight? I've heard they can be very bad for you.
It can be, but in isolate, it's not a standard thing.
Pressure just on the retina.
Probably the pressure thing.
Yeah, it's fun. People take it quite a bit that have the surgery. But Jimmy had his surgery with a buddy of mine, and you can get touched up too if you want. But if you're over the age of 40, Jim, that'll be the same thing. Glasses for up.
So you could get that, but then now you're going to need glasses to read.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens when you hit like 40 to 45 is the muscle.
Wait a minute.
The lens of the eye.
I could see well up close. That's way more important to
You're
me.
going to cash that in, though, to see
I'm
distance.
not cashing that in to see distance.
That's it. That's how it works now.
I'm not in the woods where I need to see a predator.
You got to see down the hall, don't you?
Good point.
when you're over 40, you got to kind of make that decision.
Exactly. It's either you want to. The best, I think, for what Opie does for a living, looking at monitors and that kind of stuff, or reading up close. I'd suck it up, wear glasses to drive and whatnot.
Yeah, but he models too.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
What about for reading? Like I could see great at a distance, but I can't fucking see up close. What?
You might be good.
What do I do?
No,
Stop reading that one website. That's what you should do.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just the natural aging of the eye. What will happen in time, though, and is you get older and you hit like 60, 65, there's a new type of lens they can put in the eye, cataract surgery.
Oh, who needs that?
All the different depths.
Stop it.
My dad had that. He was very happy with his cataract surgery.
Wait, why do you need to do that when you're 65? Why not now?
No, what happens, you can do it now, too, but basically he's got a healthy lens in his eye.
You never want to swap out healthy things.
I do. I fucking swapped out my eye lens 8-9 times already. I do when I'm bored. I want blues. Fing Fong.
Fing Pow.
Go ahead. Sorry, sir.
That's the name of your company. Fing Fong. All right.
When you get a cataract, you can't see shit distance, up close, nothing. It's basically everything's cloudy. When you go and you take the lens out and you can put a new fancy one in, the stuff you see everywhere.
We're at the point where we're learning way too much about this.
About the eyeball.
Yeah.
I like to learn.
Hold on. I might go by DiamondVision and say hi to the old gang.
Where are they located?
A lot of the people still there?
Yeah, man. I mean, Dr. Stetson and I came in when we did that second round of Dr. Stetson's the new medical director. And he went down there when we advertised with you guys.
Stetson.
Oh, that guy's still there?
Yeah, that's it.
And did the missus get remarried?
The missus did not get remarried.
Wow. Bummer.
Yeah, she got three little boys at home, and they're all doing well.
I don't think they're little anymore.
But one's when he passed away, his wife had just given birth.
I know. It was horribly tragic.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have one question too, sir. About the haloing you can get around like stuff like street lamps, which I do get. Yep. But I'm still glad I did the surgery. What can you do about that?
Yeah, there's a newer technology called wavefront technology. The brand name's called Custom View, and its biggest claim to fame is that it helps people with lights at night. They can figure out reasons why you don't see well that you can't typically determine with the standard eye exam. So with this new technology, it helps people with lights at night. So you can get checked out too if you like.
Where can I go to do that?
DiamondVision on 44th between 5th and 6th.
Oh, so you guys have it. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Exactly.
All
If you want me to talk to somebody offline, I'm happy to do it. All right?
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know if you can help me, but sure. Hold on Hold on a minute.
Yep, you guys take care.
Yeah, can you
Good
do
talking to
anything?
you, Brad.
Because I see life through rose-colored glasses as it is.
Oh, that's true, yes.
You know me, the
Gotta
eternal
fix that.
optimist.
Let's say hi to Lisa in Jersey. Lisa,
Hey, good morning.
are you an eye doctor?
I am.
Are you cute?
I'm very cute. I'm the clinical director for a practice in New Jersey.
Now, are you the doctor, or do you just kind of assist the doctor?
Right.
No, I'm the doctor.
Oh, just kidding.
You get the coffee, right? What?
Yes, I get coffee.
Oh, boy.
Hold on.
I serve dessert.
Very important question.
Exactly.
How many
Yes.
buttons do you undo as a doctor?
Oh.
I make you undo all the buttons.
Oh.
My Russian
nice.
doctor goes 2 or 3.
Does she?
Oh, yes, she does.
She never does. Opie and I have the same doctor.
We have a Russian doctor that has no problem undoing a few
time.
buttons.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's full service. That's what you want.
It's really awkward.
Totally full service.
Yes.
The guy that you just talked to absolutely knows what he's talking about. You're going to trade one problem for another.
Well, that's,
So
no, I'm
you're
good
driving
then.
at night and you have to pop some glasses on, and it doesn't bother you. It's not a big deal. But for looking at monitors all day, getting having a touch-up done, you can, because sometimes if the cornea is too thin, you can have a touch-up, and if they do it, you're going to have what's called a corneal perforation.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
What happens with that?
That's
A
not good.
corneal perforation, it's painful, but your vision becomes pretty much permanently distorted, and you have to go into a hard contact lens.
Sounds like a hole in your cornea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
I got to be honest. I never had a problem with my glasses until I picked up Jim Norton one day to check out the damage from that superstorm.
Yes.
And I didn't think anything of it until I saw this whack job in the passenger seat smiling from ear to ear. And I turned. And I go, what? And then he had to point out my glasses.
There you go.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't at all.
Yes, you do.
I really don't. No, I don't. But I'm so used to seeing my friends in glasses. None of it's
Yeah.
weird to me anymore. Like,
Because I don't wear them around here. It's only when I'm driving.
I got to get a pair again. It's like you just got to bite the bullet and get them. I mean,
I got them.
me. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
get 'em.
yeah.
I've had glasses my whole life, and the contact lenses were a pain in the ass. I was at the cellar last night talking to...
I loved my contacts. That became easy after a while.
If you get a little dust in them, or if there's a tear, it feels like you have a sledgehammer in your eye. It's like, I like the...
It's terrible.
I love the surgery. It was great.
All right, Lisa, thank you.
Wish I did it years
Oh,
before.
Can I answer Jimmy's question about Cialis?
Yes, please.
Okay, here's what happens with Cialis and Viagra.
Big boner.
Basically, those medications divert blood flow. So when you divert blood flow, especially from the brain or from the eye, you can get what's called an optic neuropathy. So it's a lack of blood flow to the optic nerve, and the optic nerve it stops working, basically. And it usually happens about 24 to 48 hours after you take it. But, that's in what's called a patient population that's generally vascularly compromised. So at this point, you're pretty much safe.
Is it permanent?
Cialis that you want to. Yes.
Oh, shit.
It comes back in varying degrees, but it depends on the patient. I've probably seen like a half a dozen guys within the last maybe 6 years or so that have had this happen.
But it doesn't happen to everyone, obviously.
No. It's usually in somebody that already has hypertension or, other cardiac issues, and they're generally older, like above the age of, like, say, 65 or so.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I'd heard it. I know it does something with the blood flow. I also get a little bit of dry eye, too. I guess they told me that could happen. Patrice told me that Vaughn had that. Like, she was using the drops for a while, like, way back before I got the surgery.
Restasis?
Restasis.
Is that what that
whatever
is?
it is. I saw the commercial for it with that creepy eye doctor.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, if you have chronic dry eye, and she's like staring at the camera. My eyes get dry just looking at her.
My teeth get
No, they don't have that, Edgar.
My eyes are
You can't.
dry.
There's no.
No.
Try chewing gum,
I
Edgar.
want drops on my teeth.
No. All right, Lisa.
Hey, fun to talk to you guys. Thanks for
Thank you,
having me.
Lisa.
it is.
Why don't you promote where you're at? Maybe you get a few clients.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that or not.
Oh.
But I'm not far from where Jimmy grew up. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
All right,
Very
Lisa.
Cool. You're in Honolulu.
Brunswick.
I grew up in Hawaii.
Bye. Lisa's nice. David in North Carolina. David. He
Hi,
wants
David.
to go back to the Adam Carolla thing.
Oh, good.
Jimmy's definitely interested in this.
Yeah, I'm just...
Go ahead. What do you know on this, David?
Well, I don't believe me. I'm not an expert on it, but I read something about the Adam Carolla case in particular that said he actually started his podcast before these people file the lawsuit. So that's one of the things that he has going for him.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I don't know about these personal audio guys, but most of these patent trolls are they're just big firms that have people just going through tons of paperwork trying to find some patents that didn't get written properly, or maybe the patent's expired, and they go, hey, we'll just re-patent this, and it'll be ours. I mean, it's just crazy. There ought to be some kind of way we could
it's just,
these people.
Like, here's my question.
Wow.
Are they just scumbag, like they say, trolls who just are going after people because of some bullshit? Or did they legitimately create something that is being used and they haven't been paid for?
They didn't. That's what it is.
I don't know about the personal audio guys.
It's not the spirit of the patent law. Initially, when people needed protection for something that they had invented, came up with, you got to look at the spirit of the original intent. And that was to protect people that came up with something. And using a loophole so you could steal someone else's shit, it should be looked at and assessed in that way and thrown the fuck out.
But I don't know what the case is with these guys. Like,
I do.
Did they? No, but did they create something, like legitimately create something?
No, they're squatters.
Are they?
They're fucking patent squatters. That's what I saw when Adam Carolla was pitching the whole thing.
Right.
So they're trolls. They're fucking.
What
they
wants to say something.
What they invent?
Sal, go right ahead.
Sal, hey!
Go ahead, Sal. Your floor's all yours. Sal, go.
In this article, it says EFF's Daniel Nazir, a staff attorney, says the organization became involved because of its concerns relating to the decimation of free speech online.
Oh, stop.
Mr. Nazir says it occurred to them in 2009 that It occurred to them in 2009 that they invented podcasting.
See, that's bullshit. Oh, and it's their attorney saying they invented podcasting.
EFF, that's EFF's attorney. Was that EFF's attorney?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're the ones fighting personal audio.
Are they?
Yeah.
The EFF has submitted some prior art and are arguing that the patent is anticipated and obvious on the basis of that prior art.
Blah, 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 blah. Legal
horseshit.
No, prior art means it had been, I'm guessing it means it had been done before, so you can't patent something that was already being used or whatever, or claim it?
Yeah, I think they're saying, and there's another thing here, it says EFF has much prior art to the 1996 application, so I think they actually filed this in 1996, and they're trying to kind of apply their patent towards a concept that they realized in 2009, like, oh shit, we invented podcasting back in the mid-90s.
Right, so it would be like if you invented a tire, and all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, cars use tires 50 years, okay.
Exactly, so yeah.
But did they actually, my question is, did they actually, how does that make them patent trolls then?
They came to the realization that they possibly had a case, and then they filed the case. It's still undergoing this case.
See, the legal shit, where it kills you financially is the paperwork. And they do that. A lot of people who know how to work the legal system are smart. And if you subpoena like 1,000 or EFF's donor list, like you said, or someone said, that makes people not want to donate.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the legal system.
Right.
And it bogs you down in paperwork.
The founder of Personal Audio?
Yeah, Jim Logan, right?
Yes. This is based on his failed magazines on tape business, which is what he filed the patent for.
Magazines on tape.
Episodic content.
Magazines
really
on tape?
Well, yeah, but that's like probably books on books on tape. What are they, like, they would read?
Horrible.
Yeah, it's literally a cassette tape reading a magazine.
Hey, did he do the that porno audio tape that you guys
Yes,
played?
Porn on Tape was great.
Porn on Tape.
That's a great one, yeah.
So he says that he's entitled to royalties from podcasters, big and small.
But were they using his technology?
No, he filed the patent of what he was doing.
Oh, okay.
Episodic content.
Oh, so basically he's saying that it's not the technology, it's the concept of doing episodic stuff online?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
That's literally like doing a TV show, and then someone sues you because we had the idea of breaking this into 30-minute increments.
Right.
Yes.
The
The
sitcom.
way these guys win is they don't necessarily win the lawsuit, but people like Carolla are so tired of having to deal with it.
They settle out.
Yeah.
That's on 99% of all cases and is in a settlement. And they know that, and they capitalize on bogging them down in paperwork and time and money.
And that's why they subpoena the people, because they realize this is a new thing. And if you get a bunch of people donating, a lot of, I think they've got like $76,000 so far. I read donated.
199,000.
Is it more? Oh, okay.
Almost 200. Look
I
at
was
that.
way off.
Yeah.
Then if you're donating to fight this, then all of a sudden the company who's tying you up in paperwork or filing all these motions or whatever they are, then they have like a real fight on their hands. And they can get fucked legally.
Apparently, Personal Audio won $8 million against the patent lawsuit against Apple.
Right, yeah, they sued them a bunch of times over something. What was
the jury found that Apple infringed on 2 valid patents relating to downloadable playlists with its iOS devices.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm out of here, guys.
All right, David, thank you.
I just want to know, and there's no way for me to know, because I have such a loathing and hate, I keep saying that word, I apologize, a hatred of these lawsuits, but like how much of it is legit? Just because I hate it doesn't mean it's not legit.
They've sued or have entered licensing agreements with SiriusXM, Kobe, RIM, Samsung, Amazon, and Motorola.
For playlist stuff?
Related to its downloadable playlist patents.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Just preventing people from being creative and constructive on their own through some fucking loophole. It's not the way it's supposed to be. It's detrimental to progress.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And because he failed at it, now he's going to try to make money another way. That's great.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Good job, you motherfucker.
I'd heard about this quite a while ago. 2 years ago I heard about it, or a year and a half ago, about what was happening with this
it's been
stuff.
going on for a while.
It has been,
a couple of years at least.
Yeah. I'm wondering, but he was trying to settle, and they couldn't settle, and then maybe he decided to file a lawsuit.
This happens all the time. Lawyers are in all kinds of industries to protect from this, the auto industry, everything. And, somebody comes up and says, hey, that's my idea for the fucking wingnut, and then you got to fucking pay or settle or go to court. It's crazy.
And in the end, we all pay.
We all pay because when somebody hires a lawyer for something, the cost is not absorbed by the person for the most part. It gets passed on to John Q. Public.
Is this interesting? Because now more people want in.
I think his podcast is so massive, sure.
Ryan in Fresno has more on this. Ryan.
I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast with Adam on it, and they're saying that it's like $1.5 million for the lawyer, and it's $3 million for the settlement.
What do you mean $1.5 million to pay the lawyer and then $3 million for this settlement? So the guy wants so it's going to cost him $4.5 million?
Yeah.
So why $1.5 million for the lawyer?
That's just what they
wants him to pay his lawyer fees, probably.
God.
Just for lawyer fees.
Are they owned by a parent company? Is Personal Audio owned by a parent company, or is that the actual parent company?
From what I heard, that's the actual company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Personal Audio LLC.
That's the first time I've ever heard of the company. Today.
And all it is, the patent is just a playlist. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was looking over it. It was talking about episodic stuff, and I don't know enough about the internet law, or any kind of law for that matter. Why do I make it specific? I'm acting like I have a fucking great knowledge of television law.
I'm not into, I don't know about patent law.
Yeah, but it's technically correct. I don't.
Divorce law, things like this. It's criminal law.
But no, you could sound smarter by saying that. Like, I'm not really particularly familiar with patent law, which makes it sound by default like I am familiar with other law. But I should just say, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Not familiar with the law.
I don't like the guy suing because I like Adam. But how can you subpoena? That annoys me that they're going to subpoena EF. Why is it why do they care who's funding EFF's fighting their patent suit? What's the difference?
We'll tweet out the link for Adam's cause there. So it's O&A show on Twitter. We'll tweet that right now.
Indeedy do.
All right. We should take a break.
Where the hell is our grub?
Yeah, Kenny's over there. He's over there doing. I like when he pushes up my eggs with his feet.
Oh, you like that? Yeah.
Yeah, turns me on.
He's over there laughing like a bunch of schoolgirls. I need my grub.
Well, we'll have to eat on the air.
Yep.
How about that?
Well, the people. It would be giving the people
an
extra treat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I see your white glove today.
I'm white glove. I hope it still works.
White glove.
Oh yeah. I didn't charge my watch, so but yeah, I got
charge
the
watch.
I know.
And now that you can't see these phones, this Note 3's got to be great for you. The Samsung Note 3 that we all got.
I do like that.
Do you like it so far?
Pretty fucking big.
We don't have to do a whole thing here, but do you like it?
Yeah, I really do.
What do you like about the phone so far?
The giant screen. And this, the video and
the video
photos are great.
Yeah, the media on this is amazing.
Yeah.
The videos look amazing on this thing.
Really good fucking pics.
And the pictures are good too.
You say, "Hi, Jimmy."
Hi.
Did you use the watch?
I'm using the regular camera. Figure I got it right in my hand. Why not?
No, I mean,
snap
but do you use the watch?
For the time.
Can I see that, Ant?
You don't like it for text messages?
I haven't gotten any texts on this phone yet because this is my, this was known as the naughty boy phone.
Oh.
And I don't have anybody calling it or texting it, really.
Gotcha.
So it's,
you get a little vibrate on your wrist when you get a text message.
A little vibrate.
And then you look down and go, oh, look at that.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. That's
I got mine
blurry.
just sitting in boxes at home. I can't wait
I
to
wasn't
use
holding still. I don't have the thing on it because it was dark, so I got to go into the options and change my...
come on, Ant, for Christ's sake.
Because it's a little blurry.
Oh, come on. Maybe that's your eyes.
No,
guy call back?
I swear. Here, look, I'll go into options. I'll turn it back on. There we go.
What are you turning back on?
It's like a stabilizer, smart stabilization.
Where's that?
But in dark circumstances, you don't want to use that.
Why?
Because it makes the picture a little grainy. But now I'll do this. Okay, there's Jimmy Norton focused. Perfect.
Wait, where's the
Oh, that's it. Processing.
Where's the stabilizer?
It's in the options once you go into your camera screen.
Okay. Okay.
Now let me see Jimmy.
Look at me prowling the microphone.
That's zoomed in.
That's
a good pic.
Boy, do I look ugly.
No, it's beautiful.
No,
but it's very clear.
It's clear. It shows
That
my
is a
homeliness.
Clear fucking pic.
Who's that homely boy?
Damn, that's good.
Smart stabilizer on or off?
On in light, off in dark.
How did you figure that out?
I just kind of took some pictures with it on and off in the dark and light.
You learned quickly.
Yeah, you got futz with these things. You got futz with them. Futz. Yeah.
Stupid Eric just sent me a picture of me with glasses on at WNEW before the LASIK surgery holding a fake vagina.
A fake vagina.
Whose fake vagina was that, Eric?
Oh. Jesus. White glove rolling.
White glove. Are you white gloving? What happened to your
See, no,
that's exactly what I told you yesterday.
Now he doesn't have the phone or the watch.
He's done. He's done. He gets excited for 1 to 2 days tops on this stuff.
No, we're looking into the TVs now.
Huh?
I'm moving into TVs.
Oh, you're moving into the Samsung
But you didn't
TV.
even use...
Boy, I made that move 10 years ago.
Wait. I have a big wrist, so yesterday it cuts circulation to my wrist.
No, you just make the watch bigger.
The watch band bigger.
I need a bigger band.
So you're over the Galaxy Note 3 already?
No,
you never turned it on.
Yeah. I use it at my apartment.
You probably took a picture of yourself.
So are you white gloving in the apartment or what?
Yeah, I walk around. I take pictures in Brooklyn. And people go, ooh, what's that? I go, white glove, people, white glove.
Roland was snapping these cognito shots with the camera that's on the wristwatch on the train, taking photos of like homeless people.
It's not really that incognito though, because you kind of have to put your arm up in an unorthodox way.
Funny a little, maybe.
I guess.
Maybe.
But you could say capture,
and it makes
and then your watch goes off and takes a picture.
The shutter sound, and then everyone looks at Roland like, "What the fuck is this?"
What was
doing?
that?
We got to turn off the shutter sound. How do we do that?
I don't know. I've been looking for that.
I hate that in the locker room.
The locker room and upskirts, man.
So it's easy. Options.
Can you really turn that off?
Yeah, so you could turn it. I think it's the silent mode on options. You turn off the
on the watch or the
watch.
Nice. I'm going to.
What? Where is it? I don't see it.
I didn't do it. I was just reading about it.
Oh God, you don't even know.
Locks.
Do you know how we know?
By the way, there's like a pastry place that just opened up in my neighborhood. One of these fancy pastry places. They're selling the Cronut.
Yeah.
Oh man, an illegal Cronut.
They're calling it different. I think they call it
where you have Momofuku milk.
Croissant donut. I think they call it. Yeah.
Crow donut?
That's something like that, yeah. But it's like, it's so obvious. It's the Cronut. That's a guy that should be suing everybody.
Oh, he's going after people.
But you should sue all of them and say, look, just because you change the name doesn't mean, you're safe. Right?
Yeah.
Well, they just can't use Cronut.
But somebody spelt it differently, and I think they got away with it.
Yeah, it's like the Crumbs did the Cronut.
Did he patent the actual recipe for the Cronut?
I think he patented everything because.
Well, then he probably will make some money off that.
Yeah, his cookbook comes out soon.
Huh?
His cookbook.
Huh?
Cookbook.
Huh?
Ah!
I heard you the first time.
I know.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to do that silent the watch for the camera.
Well, I just send them an email, and then you call them, then you go, I know what
Well, that's what White Glove's all about.
White Glove!
Call the people. We have questions.
Call that guy.
Yeah.
So I'm here. I don't see from again. Settings.
Is it on there? I think it might be on your watch.
Autolac, smart relay, wake up gesture. Source unknown. No. Nothing in just plain settings. Oh boy!
I just cough real loud when you go.
Is that the workaround? Yeah. Just cough.
The guy, another guy. We're kind of stalling, so you don't have to listen to us eat on the air. Let's say hi to Mark in Jersey. Marky, what's up?
Yeah, listen. Number one, I have a number of patents, and I've been in business for a lot of years.
Oh boy!
And the one thing I learned is the only people who make money off of patents are lawyers.
Yeah.
Unless you have a ton of money to go sue people. Now there is a place in Texas, which is it's near the nearest federal court for suits, where there's a company that represents all the patent trolls. I actually had heard about this on there's a radio show called This American Life. I don't know if you know
nice
what
plug.
It is.
Way to go.
Wait,
snuck that in.
Hold on, let me ask you too. This suit is being
an envelope.
This suit is coming out of Texas.
Right, because that's where the district court is that handles all of these lawsuits.
Someone else is saying this. Hold on.
Yes.
Someone else is saying that a lot of these are, in Texas because the judge will not throw these lawsuits out. And they all know that, so they're moving,
They have offices there.
Yeah, there you go.
They put their offices. And there's a guy from Microsoft who is one of the original Microsoft guys who's a big owner of these patent troll things. He wrote some book, a cookbook. He's just one of these, I call them leeches, okay? Because at the end of the day, they stop business, they don't help business. Do you know what I mean? They just get in the way, and they really are just trying to make money off of other people's efforts.
Right.
And it goes on forever.
Well,
attorneys are the worst.
If he's one of the, sorry, hold on. If he's one of the inventors in Microsoft, does he know? Is there a legitimacy to it? I'm not saying there is. If he's that high up in Microsoft, he probably doesn't need the money.
If you invent something and patent it or don't patent it, or patent it, and don't do anything with the patent because you could never afford to, then 5 or 6 years later, another guy sees the patent and says, listen, let's get together, and they get investors together. This guy's an investor from Microsoft. He is not an inventor.
Okay.
He's an investor, and they get investors together to sue people, basically. That's all their business is. It's, it kind of makes me sick, but what are you going to do? It's America.
Take some Pepto.
Okay. Thank you, sir. More importantly, John in New Hampshire. John?
John. Hello?
Yeah, hey, John.
No, it's Eric. The phone screeners, they can't get nothing right.
Sorry, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Gentlemen, I hope you're having a good morning. Listen, the reason the camera phones, you can't turn the shutter noise off, they did that about 2 years ago. So you can't take pictures of people like upskirts without them hearing that loud.
Well, yeah, for the watch maybe, but the phones you can.
Yeah, you can turn it off.
My iPhone, I could.
My Samsung, I've got the Galaxy 3, and you can't. I had to download an app to be able to do it.
How fucking annoying is that?
All right, let's download the app. What's the app?
I don't know. I can't think of it off. If you just do a search for it, you'll find one. There's a ton of them, so you can turn the sound off. You can go and they have stealth mode, so your phone looks like it's totally off. And you can take pictures. No sound.
Look at this creep.
Yeah, that's why that creep in the locker room. That's why that guy gives me the creep sitting there on his phone, because I know those apps exist.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking jerk off.
Pictures of your luscious
check this
cock.
out.
Right.
Oh, you hear that? Of course you didn't.
Nothing.
I just took a picture of Opie across the phone.
You son of a bitch.
It's a hot phone.
Why haven't they put the camera here yet? On the edge.
On the edge, so you can...
The top edge. No, because look, and then you're looking at your phone like this, but you're actually focusing your camera on someone across.
I'm just looking
across from you.
That's probably why.
Looking at the phone.
But why haven't? That would be a great one for a phone company. You put it right up here on the edge.
Yeah.
Because this way, it's like it's obvious every time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Pan that one.
They probably figure nice people are taking family photos. They're not doing it for locker room trolls and upskirts.
Good point. Thank you, Eric.
I have nothing else. I'm punching out. Thanks, guys.
All right, Eric.
All right, peace up, E.
Ooh.
Joe in Michigan.
Jive turkey.
I'm trying to hip up my lingo.
Yeah,
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I was about the patent stuff. You guys ever seen a movie called Stroke of Genius?
I was an executive producer on that film.
You were, Jimmy.
Yes, I was.
Wow.
But go ahead, you explain it.
It's pretty cool. It's about this guy named Robert Kearns. He takes on all the Detroit automakers because he invented the intermittent wiper blades.
Oh.
And it gets into how it takes over his life and destroys his family, and it takes all these years. It just shows how he gets sucked into the legal system, and it just takes over his entire life. And then at the very end, it gets into how he finally gets a settlement, but his wife, I think he's divorced. His kid's not even around. Pretty good movie.
It's called Flash of. It's called Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's about Detroit automakers and patents destroying the windshield wiper inventor's life. I would watch that.
Yeah.
I would watch that one.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's a pretty good movie.
He was always very indecisive. You'd ask him a question, and he'd put one arm up and do like the,
It goes one way or the other.
the arms up back and forth. And he was doing that one day, and he just went, wow, how great would this be to get rain off of glass?
That's how it happened.
That's how it happened, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was actually a break dancer, and he would put his arms out straight and then do the robot.
Oh.
And then while he was doing it, he's like, oh, my God.
Wow.
Wow, I should have quit one bad joke.
Yeah.
But I got greedy. I think I had a home run.
You got greedy?
I like to throw R's in there. Keeps everybody aggressing.
Tristan in Florida. Tristan.
Yeah, I've got a Galaxy S4, and to turn off the shutter noise for the camera, I didn't have to download an app or anything. If I just turn the phone volume all the way down to vibrate, it shuts off the shutter noise.
Oh, wow.
Try that.
Or just awfully loud.
What was that? He
shut down the volume and put it on vibrate.
Well, that's for the phone.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it turns off all the other noises on the phone.
Allegedly.
But the phone, we're talking about the watch.
Yeah, but
I don't give a shit about the phone. I'm talking about the watch going tick-cheek, tick-cheek.
You just got to cough.
All right, then.
All right, then.
I'm with you, sir.
And I have an iPhone.
Okay.
Put your thumb on the speaker.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Let's see if this works.
YouTube rules. How to take the shutter sound off on Galaxy Gear. It's on YouTube as a video.
All right. What do we say? Shoot?
Capture.
Oh. Capture. Go ahead.
Ooh. Ooh.
Did that work?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Wait, you would have
just. I think my battery died. No.
Oh, God.
I think my battery died on
Oh, God,
my
you know,
watch.
plug it in,
What
motherfucker.
happened? No, let me see.
White glove.
Capture. Capture.
It's great.
Take a picture, motherfucker.
Do you know how crazy you'd look if you were doing that in 1955, just talking to your watch?
Do you have it on camera?
He says say
Swipe.
cheese works too.
No, hold on.
Swipe to the camera.
Yeah.
Swipe down.
Yeah, go camera. Oh, down.
Swipe down. Right?
I'm swiping down. Mm-hmm. Okay, battery's low. I know the battery's low.
Did you get the camera up?
No.
Oh.
They say cheese.
Battery's low. I know. I don't care.
How come
Battery's low. God damn it, won't let me do anything.
Why your battery's low?
The battery's too low. Do you have your charger here, Roland?
I don't.
Oh, white glove. Get the white glove, people. We need a new charger.
Damn it. It was funny when you said I have a latex glove.
Oh, wait. I got my watch somewhere.
Yeah, you
I
can
like
try
fingers
it.
in my butt.
Hold on. Let me try it. That would be amazing if that's...
If that's as simple as it is.
All right.
Maybe I could control it by the phone, though.
Oh.
Let's see. Gear.
How do you...
More gear.
Oops. Wow, we suck.
You got it?
Yeah, but I can't figure out how to get my... Oh, there. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
All right, so what do I do?
You cover that with your thumb, that speaker on the very bottom.
This thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cover your finger.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Capture. Son of a bitch! Upskirts!
Yeah, all right.
I heard it, though.
Easy enough. What'd you hear?
I heard the click.
You
No.
didn't hear
Yes,
it.
I did.
Let me see.
Do it again.
Put it by the mic.
Yeah, put by the mic.
Put it by the mic. It might be a slight.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of
Let me hear.
Okay.
capture. Very slight. You would
I didn't hear
never
anything.
hear that.
Jimmy went...
Yeah, I did it first. That was
I know,
me.
I know.
I actually did hear it on that, though.
Well, I had
No.
it right on the microphone.
I didn't hear
You would
anything.
never hear that in
No,
public.
I have
you wouldn't.
great ears, though.
Oh.
It's what between them.
It's what between. It's what between.
Oh no! I should sue the fucking voice box. Holy shit, Jimmy! I was trying to say the pathway from my brain to my vocal cords, and I couldn't say it. You can't talk. I love it. I really don't. I'm having a 4-hour stroke today. It's a long one. It's a very slow one.
Oh, food's here. Good.
Well,
Glenn in Santa Barbara. Glenn, all the way out there in Santa Barbara. This is pretty cool. What do you got,
exactly?
My Samsung Galaxy S4, you just go into camera settings, turn off the shutter sound.
We know.
We heard that already.
But how do you do that?
Exactly.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's in the camera settings.
All right, I'm going to look.
Go into settings. Find shutter sound. There's an on-off switch.
No, it's not here. Not on the new phone.
Not on the new phone. On the old phone.
Okay, hold on. Shutter.
I'm actually suing them because I invented the on-off switch in camera noises.
Shutter sound.
So, all right, good. Because I'm going to use my phone way more than my watch to take pictures.
Where'd you find that?
I'm not telling you.
Damn it.
White glove.
Settings.
Oh, man.
All right, sir.
Super simple.
You're panicking.
Camera.
Go to the settings.
Camera.
And then go to, settings.
Settings.
And then do the settings thing again in the upper right corner.
Oh, shit!
Then keep going down.
I see you.
Oh, snap!
Wait. Upskirts.
Wait, I don't have...
Back in business. You want me to do it?
Reset. Where? Volume key.
It's there.
Let me see.
Camera. Burst shot. Photo size. I don't have it.
Let me see.
No.
Let me see. I suck at technology. I'm going to completely acknowledge, but to be able to help you would be pretty awesome because I suck at this stuff.
Oh my God, where?
Settings. What the fuck?
I don't have it.
Wait a minute.
Update your phone. Update your phone.
I did last night.
Hold on.
Okay.
Smart
Maybe you shouldn't
stabilizer.
have updated your phone.
Oh, wait, Ed's not lying.
I don't have one.
Where? What? Wait a minute.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
Let me see yours.
I'll show you where mine is.
Let me see where yours is.
Go to camera. Are we still on the radio? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Apparently.
Settings. All the way down. Shutter sound.
Nothing.
You don't have that?
That's so weird.
Oh, they gave you a crappy phone.
They gave me one where I can't.
You should have been suspicious when the time wasn't right.
I know.
White glove, Roland. Call the white glove people. We got issues.
What is a holding company?
Yes.
Can someone answer me that? Like, I'm reading an interview by Jim Logan, and he actually he talked to a lot of these people who are going after him, calling him a patent troll, and he actually answered some questions. And they said, what exactly does your company do? And he said, Personal Audio LLC is a holding company. That is, we own property, and our main activities relate to earning a return on that property. To me, that sounds like earning a return on that is a way to say lawsuits. But am I reading that wrong? What is a holding company?
A holding company is a company or a firm that owns other companies' outstanding stock.
Oh, okay. It's like what what this company did with Cialis when they kind of
did their thing.
Yes.
So they don't really create anything; they just own the.
No, it's like a parent company that just buys up large amounts of stock.
Right.
And then earn a return on that property.
Correct.
Earn a return, and how do you earn the return? Through litigation. Is that what he's saying?
The company could make money if you're a holding company that is holding a company that actually makes money.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily means that they're all just suing people.
No. I don't mean all of them. I mean, is that in this case what it is? Like, how would he earn the return on his?
That sounds pretty reasonable.
All right. Let's take a break, eat some food. Jay Mohr's is coming in today.
Oh, yeah?
Also known as Jay Mohr. And also Mindy lady's coming in.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling. Was it Kaling or Kaling?
Your mom's box.
Kaling.
What the hell?
Mindy Kaling.
When you have fun.
Jeez. And Mindy, how do you say it?
Mindy Kaling.
Kaling. Everyone's very excited around here that Mindy's coming in.
Yeah, she's really, I was going to say really very popular, but who cares if I said she's popular? How old am I?
Popular.
She is popular, but...
She's a very popular girl.
Why would I give a 90-year-old woman's...
I don't know.
She's doing the Mindy Project on Fox.
Yeah.
And she was on The Office. You know the girl. Mm-hmm. She's, she's very funny and very famous, so people are very excited today.
Yep.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no kidding. On this date, 28 years ago.
28 years.
Wow, 28 years ago, Sammy Hagar played his first show as lead singer of Van Halen.
Jesus Christ. 28.
That was the start of Van Hagar.
I do remember that.
28 years ago?
And the arguments started up. Who was the better singer? Yeah. And they haven't stopped.
Yep. Sammy or Dave or Tetley.
I like them all, but I go with David Lee Roth over Sammy Hagar. Well, for the tunes. Although, Sammy Hagar had some monster songs with Van Halen.
Big hits.
Yeah, but David Lee Roth was much better as the Van Halen frontman, though.
We got to get him in.
Frontman, that's for sure. I'll give the voice to Sammy, but
yeah,
we love David Lee Roth. Let's get him back in.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Have you forgotten already?
I think I missed that day. Wasn't it you guys and David Lee Roth?
No, I missed that day too.
Really? It was me and David Lee Roth and Sam.
I think we saddled Sam and
and
Jimmy with him.
Anderson Silva came in. I forget who else came in.
You guys get a word in?
Yeah. He didn't say much during the Anderson interview.
And then Mick Jagger's broad there.
Oh, jeez.
What a just horrible, tragic story.
That broad, horribly tragic.
I don't know her name. Loren?
Loren.
I
think her real name is Laura or Lauren.
It's the way to say Lauren, but it's Loren.
But she spells it L
apostrophe W
R-E-N or something.
Yeah,
so that's why I went with the L-Ren. But obviously, Loren.
Yeah.
She left her $9 million. I thought she was broke.
Well, I think it's $8
I would
million.
love to be broke with $9 million.
Yeah. Can I have a spoon?
I think her company was floundering, but she had some cake left.
I think it was an $8 million apartment condo.
Yeah, and she's got property.
But
and she left it all to Mick Jagger, so the paper has to say "Rolling in the Dough" on the front cover. $9 million. What?
It's Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
No, I understand why they're using the word "rolling," but my point is that he's not rolling in the dough because he just made $9 million. No. That's nothing to Mick Jagger. So to say rolling in the dough like he just became, extremely rich off this thing.
He had that cash.
Oh God, $9 million to Mick Jagger, I would have to think is like $100.
It's a joke. Yeah,
he's got to be a billionaire by this point.
And she purposely left the family out because it says she mentioned, and unless otherwise stated, she said I'm not leaving anything to my living heirs. So there was a whole motherfuck to the family there. That was not a mistake.
That is a motherfuck.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, but who knows what they're like.
Whatever.
And the family said that they want certain things. I don't even know if they want money, but certain things that have been in the family that belong to the mom or whatever. Maybe Mick will just give it to him.
I just have a problem with the headline. Stupid. He's not rolling in the dough over $9 million.
More cheeky fucking newspaper. We have any update on Sam? He just left without saying anything.
He must be really sick.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even tell us he was leaving.
That's how he makes us feel.
Sam doesn't take sick days.
No.
Ever.
No. He just sloughs off here.
Right.
But he's probably puking or something.
How do you sound on the pre-show?
Untalented.
He sounded not as energetic, I will admit.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
Oh, maybe he has food poisoning or something. Because there's nothing going around that I know. What am I fucking yapping about?
How much food poisoning goes on in this goddamn world?
Not much.
Jesus.
But I mean, when you leave after doing that, he probably just got hit with something.
Yeah. Especially Sam, because he never takes sick days.
No.
Yeah. So. He doesn't even take all his personal days for the year.
No, he's got to be here. He's got 20 shows.
A lot of us don't end up using all of them. Yeah, I mean,
what if he had to
we just get so many?
What if he's got some WWE meeting that he had to be to, and he's just like, I gotta go.
He might need to be in Bristol and
Right.
That's why he didn't say goodbye. Because we're really good at this.
Yeah,
shit.
we'd be like, you don't look sick.
Oh, Sam. Who called Sam?
Sex Bagel.
Sam?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say goodbye to us,
Sam?
You were doing a radio show.
Oh, like that
you didn't
matters.
poke your head in, though, like you do.
Well, what am I? Yeah, but I'm not just going to poke my head in the middle of the show and be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Sam is going to leave the building.
He would have known. He knows we would have kept him like another hour.
What's wrong?
He'd have been on the air.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Flu.
You got boo-boo?
I got the flu, yeah.
Boo-boo tummy?
Achies?
Achies.
Are you like, you know?
Are you at your mommy's house?
No, I'm not. I'm in my apartment.
Is mommy rubbing Vicks on your chest right now?
And anus
this morning.
And anus, Jesus.
So did you vomit?
All this.
No, not yet, but I'm not convinced that I won't be doing that.
It's if it's a flu, is it like a cold, cough flu?
Yeah, it's like sore throat and achies.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the achies. What
sore
about
throat and achies?
What about the poops?
What do you got? Any shit?
No, the poops are fine right now. Still solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock.
I would always have soup when I didn't feel good.
A little soup.
Have some chicken noodle soup.
There's a strong rumor going around that you're on the drugs.
Yep.
Yep.
What? But no, I'm not on drugs.
Yes.
It's a strong
AZT.
It's a very strong rumor.
Yeah.
I'd like to squash that rumor. Who started that rumor?
We did.
Somebody. It was like that your rising star is rising a little too fast, and you know you're one of those people that couldn't handle it, so you started doing the drugs.
Right. That's the rumor that we started immediately.
That we started
immediately as you're walking down the hall.
Yeah, yeah, I weren't even out of the building yet.
Right. So deal with that on Twitter today, because people are going to be very concerned about your drug problem.
And then the other thing that we suspect is that you're not sick at all, but you had a meeting set up at WWE, and you couldn't change the time,
right?
So you have to leave the show to meet with them.
Right.
No, if I had a meeting with WWE, I wouldn't have even showed up today.
Smart.
Get all fancy and gussied up.
Yeah, I would have gotten well rested.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I commend you for not putting on the sick voice.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Like E-Rock does. E-Rock does the good sick voice. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good. Oh, I don't feel good. I love that one.
We took some shots at E-Rock off air today.
No, you did.
To make it really hurt.
Wasn't we?
Well, the fire alarms were going off, and I go, hey, man, does anyone know where the stairs are around here? And E-Rock said no. And I said, of course you don't know where the stairs are.
He's implying he's so fat. That,
and then I forgot that we weren't on the air, so it really made it hurt.
Yeah, the mic wasn't even in front of his face.
Because we've always claimed, come on, dude, we're just doing it for the show. The mics are on.
Just the show.
It was an obesity joke.
Obesity. All right, Sam, I hope you feel better.
Thank you for your concern.
Is your wife nursing you to health, or did she go to work?
She's about to go to work right now.
What'd she do for you?
She's happy. She got me some saltines.
She hook you up?
I love saltines.
Oh, God, I love saltines.
Pretty good.
Good saltine.
Did
What do
she
you eat
give
on
you?
them?
Did she give a little rubbing on your fever bag?
Did she rub your smelly little Christmas Santa's bag hanging on your leg? Nothing in there.
Nothing better than a warm fever bag.
Bag.
As you're laying in your pajamas. And you feel the warmness.
Your balls are trying to keep that fucking 2-degree temperature difference. Just dangling down as low as they can.
You got to peel it off your upper thigh.
Oh, it's like fucking, you put too much hubba bubba in your mouth
right.
and then just slapped it on your thigh.
This rules. We could all take tomorrow off because we're going to get what you got.
Yeah, that's
nice.
True.
Well, I will say the show is sounding great today, as always.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you monitoring?
With you
I am.
Are you working from home? You're monitoring from home?
Oh, yeah, I'll be working from home today.
Oh, wow.
Nice. All right, Sammy.
Hey, instead of the flu, tell everybody you got the drove.
Oh.
Sorry you had to deal with that on your sick day.
Why? It's just a big laugh. It's the way to end it.
Make him a little sicker.
All right, Sam.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Sam. There goes Sam.
Can't wait till he's fucking dry heaving and vomiting little saltine balls like a cat.
He's still on the line.
Good, Sam. I can't wait till you're dry heaving and vomiting little saltine balls like a cat. Bruiser Brody sees that giant fucking fever bag and doesn't know what it is.
Oh, man.
And he starts scratching at it with his fat cat claws.
Fucking lays 4 nasty little hooks into it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that great?
He has no idea. He thinks it's fucking catnip.
Pulls down on it. You can't get him off. You're running around the fucking house.
No, he's got because Sam's on his hands and he's vomiting with his dumb feety PJs.
Oh, yes.
So the cat gets on his back and and then does that thing where he scraps it with the back
with his back feet.
Yeah.
He's doing the
yeah. Angrily scratching Sam's bag.
Sam, comment?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. That's all we needed.
All right, later.
There goes Sam Roberts.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't get us sick, though. I appreciate they didn't stick around and get us sick.
Yeah, you totally avoid us. That's good.
You get Travis sick.
Yeah,
Travis is using his microphone.
Well, they made out, too.
That's true. Did you Lysol that motherfucker?
No. I didn't know that he was sick.
Oh, boy.
Until he left.
Oh, well.
So you're right on that mic.
Yeah. I'm definitely not coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's good, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future.
Sam didn't even try to sound sick, really.
No, he don't give a fuck.
He's not sick. He's not even home.
He's
pretending he eats saltines.
I think you're right.
He has that app on your thing, that new phone, Sound Sick, there's the Saltines app, where you press the phone, it sounds like you're crunching up crackers.
You're chewing crackers?
Yeah. Glad I got that one out. The one joke I deliver perfectly, bombs.
Yeah, well.
It's terrible.
At least you said it. Hey, it's our pal.
The Mount Everest guy is on MSNBC right now.
Oh, cool.
They showed that wingsuit and everything. My God.
There is something young, evil Knievel looking about him,
Yeah.
wasn't there?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, that like the hair and everything.
He left right away. Did we?
I don't think we annoyed him.
Okay.
No, he was great.
Very
No,
busy.
they were very happy with your interview.
Oh, good, good.
And he was on Fallon last night, too.
Oh, he was?
Yep.
Yeah, he was tweeting all sorts of pictures of him and Fallon.
Yeah, he was a very nice dude.
Did you see the video I tweeted?
No.
About the dead bodies on Everest?
Oh, I thought it was the one that was more horrific.
Oh, the other
Real
one.
Rock TV.
Oh, well, we don't have to bring that up.
Why?
Oh, is that a good one?
It's not on
I
my
want to see
channel.
that. Those are just dead funny bones.
Oh, no, I did release. It's part of the douche chill
collection.
The
douche chill collection.
The second video this week I put up on my YouTube channel. I'll tweet it again this morning. But it's me and Ant partying and pranking is what I named it.
That was hilarious.
Wait, what is this one? This is not the one we showed yesterday?
No, I'm doing one a day for the rest of the week. The beach one I think I'll get done today.
This has one of my favorite lines that you've ever delivered.
I haven't seen this.
Well, hold on. It needs a little setup.
Pause.
I mean, the brilliance of this.
Hope he's looking right into the camera.
Well, because, we're going live here, and all of a sudden we're looking in the camera like, what the fuck? We could see the people looking at us. See, we're ahead of our time.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people have done this particular bit.
Sure. We're doing like we can see who's watching us.
Right.
Right.
No, I can't do this today.
Why? We got it.
I'm usually the one that has no problem with this shit.
Yesterday wasn't bad, dude.
This one's so good.
I can't do this. Just go watch the video.
I haven't seen it. My computer's broken.
I can't do this in front of Junie.
I can't get the internet. Yesterday I liked it more than I thought I would.
Oh.
I thought yesterday
16 years ago.
Yesterday wasn't bad. You're red. Opie's red.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday was not bad.
I was trying to rub my face off.
I thought yesterday was going to be terrible, and it wasn't amazing, but it was okay.
It was all right.
It wasn't nearly as bad as I wanted it to be.
You live and learn. The hair,
What's wrong with the hair?
Oh, wait till you see the ski hat.
All right, we'll go back.
It's so good.
How long is this?
Minute 30.
Minute 30. Oh, come on. You can do that
minute 30
standing on your head.
Okay.
Dude, there's people watching us there.
Yeah, hey, put that away. That's disgusting.
Funny, right?
Oh, my God.
Wait, that guy's drying open that chick on his mom's couch.
That guy is toasting English muffins with no clothes on. Look at that.
Why would he do that?
Can you pause?
What? Why do we have to pause?
Hi, Jimmy.
I just don't like that he's toasting English
Why
muffins.
would he do that?
But even why is that so outrageous? There's a naked guy having breakfast in his own home.
I don't know why.
What makes these videos great is the confidence. We had no doubt we were going to be fucking huge radio stars. We were nobodies at this point.
This is terrible.
Well, you're just kind of leaning in, figuring out what people are doing. All right, more.
Look at that.
Oh, that's putrid.
All right.
My favorite part right there is they both ran out of stuff people are doing.
Yes.
So they look the other way.
Exactly.
And now the real bit.
Oh,
that was
no. Now
Sunday River,
Maine.
Maine, Opie and Anthony, it says on the screen.
We're in a condo.
We actually, a lot of the guys from the radio station, we all went up to Sunday River to ski. I remember that being a really good time.
That was fun.
But it was a pain in the ass to get to. Remember? It was like you had to be on a country road for over 100 miles or something.
All ice and...
it took forever to get there, but when we were finally there, we had a blast.
How long did you stay for?
I don't know.
10 minutes.
Probably. Probably a night.
Yeah. I think it was
2 nights, maybe.
A couple of nights, yeah. But so I'm with my wonderful ex-wife, by the way.
Yeah, you get a glimpse of
her back, I think.
I don't know.
Something.
Because someone's asking, are you sleeping with a chick or a Jew?
What do you think?
Exactly.
You want to? Alex?
Yeah. Let me talk to him. Hi, Alex.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Hey, I've been a long-time listener since the fucking NEW days and when you guys came to WJFK in D.C.
Yeah.
But last night watching this video, I'm like, fucking douchebags. And then Opie implies that you're gay, so he fucking walks into the bedroom, and you wake up, and you fucking look like you're going to kill him, but you see a body.
What are you doing? You're ruining the whole bit.
Sorry.
Why would you? But
Lord.
Why would you think? Why would you even think for a second that it's a guy? Really?
Well,
really?
Anthony, you got that look like when you guys, when fucking Baba Ray Dolby was at your studio in WJFK, and he was asking, what the fuck is the string hanging from the chick's pussy? Remember that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know where he's going.
I have no idea. All right.
Thank you
very
much.
much. Thank you for listening.
You're messing up everything.
You're ruining everything.
You
sir.
really are ruining everything.
You're ruining our lives.
So here you go, Jimmy. Enjoy.
Hey, Real Rock TV, what's happening, man? It's Opie. We're up here skiing in Maine, having a
Pause
great
for
time.
1 second. I'm uncomfortable because Opie's chilling out on the couch, chilling being the right word.
Yeah.
Kind of laying back, but like with legs up on the couch, hand propped up on the leg, and wearing like a flannel and some shades and a backwards hat. Just a young, cool guy, just chilling.
Well, no, why? Because we had a rough night of partying.
You're about to see.
And you missed the cup of coffee. I'm just chilling after a very long night of partying.
This is my favorite line coming up.
Oh, boy.
Hey, what's happening, man? It's Opie. We're up here skiing in Maine, having a great time. We had one hell of a party last night. Check out the empties, man.
That's it. Check out the empties, man.
And there's the most staged fucking beer cans and bottles neatly. It's like a store shelf.
Look, it was an OCD party, all right?
And there's only like 12 beers on the table.
Check out the empties, man.
Check out the empties, man.
You missed it. All right, well.
Let's go back. We'll catch it.
I love that.
Hey, laugh all you want, but when I sell a shitload of check out the empties, man,
I might even buy that one.
All right. But I spell man a little weird.
M-A-H-N, yeah.
A couple A's in there as well.
Check out the empties, man.
Man.
In Maine, having a great time. We had one hell of a party last night. Check out the empties, man.
Could you pause again? What makes that shot so great, too? Ian is making it look like Ian was the camera guy,
it's like
producer.
It's crazy. Oh, look
out. He's moving the camera from side to side, look at all these empties.
It was a party. Guaranteed those were in the garbage. Those cans and bottles were in the garbage, like because we were just drinking beers and putting them in the garbage.
You know, I can bet would also be fucking empty is any condoms you guys want to put up.
Check out the empties.
Everyone is picking up on loved all the empty cans on the table from the night of partying.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you. Have you been wondering if, I don't know, Anthony's gay?
Valid question.
Now,
I don't even know why I needed to say that to do the bit I'm about to do.
No,
it's the stupidest setup ever.
You could have just went, it's Wake Up Anthony.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, I don't know, Anthony's gay. You have, huh? Let's go find out.
Oh.
Shall we? Come with me, man.
Come with me, man.
The crazy hat.
Cook my omelet.
Who you saying cook my omelet to?
Pause.
Who you saying cook my omelet to?
Hey, cook my omelet.
And I like the fact that you're like a young party animal and you say, shall we?
Shall we?
What young party guy says, shall we?
Shall we?
Yes, let's go investigate, shall we?
I don't know why I would say cook my omelet.
We had quite the soiree last night.
Yeah. Yes, Jeeves spilled a little avocado on Anthony's jacket.
They gave us some condo for 2 days, so those 12 beers were for like...
Oh, yeah.
We both had girls, believe it or not, there.
Yeah.
And then I think there were other people.
There were other people.
I think we had 3 or 4 bedrooms, I think.
There should have been a lot more bottles
there should have been
for
at
a
least
big
100.
heavy-duty party.
Instead of 12 neatly put on the coffee table.
Check out the empties, man.
Man.
I'll tweet this video, but go ahead. For Jimmy's pleasure.
Come with me, man.
Man.
Oh, he said man again.
Hey, cook my omelet. We're going to take you into Anthony's bedroom.
Oh.
Ooh. That hat really bothers me. You really woke him?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just fucking crashed out.
Oh, my God. You look like every guy from the Cali cartel that they fucking brought into custody.
This is how they got Osama bin Laden.
Yes, Anthony's on top of the compound. We've been drone filming him.
Yes.
It's yeah, he's out cold from the night of partying.
Oh God, can we see that again? I want to see Anthony. I've never seen Anthony wake up.
Oh, it was terrible. I'm like, wow.
He's hiding under the.
I think he's pissed.
I think we have on camera the first time you were mad at me, by the way.
I don't know. Is that
I would assume so.
I was just flustered.
Right. And you're in. I mean, you barely see the ex, but but you're in bed with the ex.
Yeah. That's the ex right there.
There you go, Jimmy.
Get a glimpse at her back.
I think the problem was back then we needed like just a good editor, because like if you just went to the wake up, that would have been all right.
Then it's fine.
But then it's all the other dumb shit.
Yeah, if it was a really good editor, you would have heard.
There you go.
Yeah, not as bad as.
I'll tweet that video too.
I just love that fucking
picking up girls on the beach. That one's gonna be rough.
Bad.
There's little fun moments in here, like a man in the hat, but it's not like some horrendous bit.
I don't know why I did that back then. I have no idea. I have an idea.
Check out the empties, man.
We were scared shitless that people would realize how old we actually were.
Oh boy!
And it was a very young radio station we had to perform for.
Oh boy!
So I think that's the reason for a lot of that lingo. And now I do it as a goof, but back then I meant it. I hate to admit that, but I meant it. All right.
Wow, it's cold.
Huh?
Fucking 21 degrees out.
I'm tired of it already.
AC's 18
I got
degrees.
35.
Oh, let me check.
I got 35 degrees.
I got 23.
You're kidding.
23 out on Long Island. That's where my watch is.
Why does mine
stationed.
say 35 degrees in New York?
I don't know. I'm here in the Big Apple.
Is it?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Can you look up the temperature in New York City?
Shit.
Let's see the Weather Channel.
iPhone says 25 degrees currently.
My watch better. We got all kinds of different
25 degrees on the Weather
here.
Channel.
What?
The weather one.
Oh, we got
Maybe yours is giving you a projected. And hold on.
No, because it's supposed to go up to 44 today.
I see. I heard that was changed.
No, I didn't hear.
Well, how does yours say 25 and mine say 21? What are you sitting in the fucking
fridge? Mine says
fridge?
23.
Mine says 35.
Oh man, we're all fucked up here.
No, not the 35 going up to 58.
That's you're not
that's
in
Friday. Where am I?
I don't know. You're in the wrong day.
Oh man,
Got my hopes up.
Wait, Sunday, 22. What?
What the fudge?
What day is today?
What city are you
Today's
in?
Thursday. I know because I'm doing red eye.
Oh, now it says 22. But when I go back to this, it says 22. I don't know what just happened.
Well, I partied last night, man.
It finally
Check out the
updated.
empties, man.
It's 22. It's almost April. Enough. What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm just
What the fuck's going on?
tired of it.
Did you see Kim Jong?
I love that he did that, actually.
Jong.
It is pretty hilarious.
Douchey
Wouldn't you want everyone to have, like, my old haircut? How great would that be? I forced everyone to have my old haircut.
The Prince Valiant.
Right. You like this, right, Jimmy?
What's that? Oh, God, yeah. The hairdo. He rules.
So basically, Kim Jong-un is making all the males have the exact same haircut as him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He is a dictator.
Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un, in a bizarre bit of tyranny there, decreed that his 12 million countrymen adopt his decidedly retro high and tight do.
He likes that shaved side of the head. Good shit.
He delivered his fashion guideline about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
Likely ensuring that Dennis Rodman and his multi-hued mop will never return to the nation. What does that mean?
Hey, they're trying to be funny.
Why are they working that into the story?
Because that's the story everyone remembers.
The un and only haircut, get it?
Un and only.
Jay!
It's Jay Mohr's.
What are you doing?
You want to know?
Yeah.
This one?
No, kick Sal out.
I was gonna wait.
I was supposed to come on at 8:15. When you guys were going around and around about the fucking weather, I decided to jump into the pool.
It happens.
Jesus Christ. How long are you on the air? A day?
Well, we'd like to know. I mean, Jay, it's a concern.
I'd like to know.
People are sick and dying.
Weather breaks happen all the time on the radio.
We wish we could do an hour podcast a week. It would be so easy.
Holy
we got to fill up 20 hours a week.
Fucking rolling. He's showing me pictures of donuts on the internet.
He'll do that.
You know, people wait in line 4 hours to get this donut. I'm like, that's great.
It's a Cronut.
Sponsor, Pepper? What do you need?
You haven't had the Cronut yet?
The Cronut?
Yeah.
I wouldn't wait 4 hours.
We don't wait.
For a blowjob.
Rolling.
Wrapped in a donut. Bite into the blowjob donut.
They shouldn't.
I didn't work that one out.
Yeah. They shouldn't make people wait for blowjobs. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
We do have to wait for blowjobs. Every time we take a girl to dinner, that's all that is. That's what dinner should be called, a placeholder for head.
Fucking A, man.
We're looking at
fucking take them out, and they make you wait.
We're looking at this. We're looking at this.
He looks like when they drop hair on like the big Downsy monster on Bugs Bunny. That crazy monster with like 1 tooth.
Monsters are interesting people.
Rents, please.
No, we knew the name. What's the name of that?
Gossamer.
Gossamer, thank you, yes.
I don't know why. They never
bring
really
that up
say
every
it.
once in a
They
while.
never really say it in the episodes.
They
just, monsters.
Oh, yeah. Is that his name, Gossamer?
Yeah.
And he's wearing Chuck Taylors. You ever notice
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Very nicely tied.
Yeah, nice Chuck Taylors. Rents, please.
Yeah, rents, please.
I got 27. I got 22. Mine says 23 up to 25. And I looked at Roland. I go, what the fuck is happening? Why am I in a dark room with Roland?
We were about to go to break, that's why.
We had a problem with our technology. It wasn't so much a weather break as why are we getting different answers as to what the temperature is.
Maybe it's a little cooler on Opie's side than it is on your side.
Well, that probably wouldn't work.
You're carrying around a fucking Etch-a-Sketch. The thing's huge. What the fuck?
This is the Galaxy Note 3.
Movie in your pocket.
I know. We got him.
I thought
we got him yesterday.
This is the white glove phone.
We got him yesterday.
Look, and show him the watch.
I got this.
Whoa.
I use that all the time.
The watch?
Oh, look at this, huh?
That's the one that works in concert with your phone?
Concerto with the phone.
All right. Don't work blue.
Are you worried about this? We were talking about this thing that guy's fucking going after Carolla. This
podcast guy.
Well, here's the thing: if the guy wins, every podcast gets off the air, and the guy will be murdered.
That's
like
true.
it's not just Carolla, me, you guys. You know, first of all, Rogan alone will fucking tap this guy out, right?
Yeah.
But then, like all your TV shows, every radio show on the planet, gone.
Every episodic form of entertainment.
No, not radio shows. Isn't only episodic online?
Jimmy, please. Anthony, what were you saying?
I'm just trying to clarify because Anthony's painting with broad legal brushes. And
no, I don't. I mean, how do you? I don't think so.
I don't think it'll wash.
I want to know how Mick Jagger winds up with $9 million in his pocket when a girlfriend dies.
Well, she didn't like her family. She liked Mick. She didn't like her family.
That family never fucking sang Paint It Black.
Yeah, they did,
Fuck
actually.
them.
That's why she hated them, because they would always sing it.
That could be the most impressive thing he's ever done. Gets $9 million.
How long were they going out?
A while,
2
I
weeks.
guess.
2 weeks, sometimes more than that, Jimmy.
13 years.
I was going to say 10,
13
at least
years.
10.
You know
yeah.
what? It's really not that much money.
So, do you want to know about the watch?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Watch this.
All right, let's see.
Bump, 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 bump.
Capture.
Whoa!
James Bond. James fucking Bond.
Fucking wristwatch, man.
Fuck yeah, wait till I do some upskirting.
Bro, seriously?
That's going to be rough.
Seriously,
Yeah,
bro?
brah.
It's the fucking future, man.
Upskirting with the watch is probably not a good idea.
No, it's called
I think you
fisting.
get caught.
You can take a picture of
very
a frowning
subtle.
face as you're driving a
Every
fisting.
guy I fucking grew up with.
Nice,
man.
right?
Red Solo Cup, $4. Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking take a picture with the watch.
I'll be
Then you
bored.
punch it right in the fucking glare, right? Hey!
That's great.
I'll be.
I got one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Dice Droopy Dog. We'll do that later, man.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we're doing. We got the Kim Jong-un. The whole fucking country has to get that. He should make the women do it, too.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Yeah, that is a bad haircut. That's like old school.
It's horrible.
Is that old school, like old 30s old school, or is that old school like 80s?
I'm trying to say this was popularized by
the
the boy band, but that's not true. No boy band had this haircut.
No. It's a weird look because it's super awful, but then, like, if you're in a movie or TV show, like in the 20s or 30s, that's how everybody's hair.
Yeah, like the Shemp hair like
Boardwalk
that.
Empire.
Boardwalk Empire hair, right.
He looks like, I don't want to say the name.
God damn,
no.
Fucking Jimmy.
No, but I know the guy's name. I just didn't want to say because Ann hasn't gotten there yet. So I actually edited it. This is watching Boardwalk Empire.
I am. Thank you.
Am I right or wrong?
The guy with half a fucking face.
Oh,
right?
I know they've half a face guy.
The fucking half a face guy.
Half a face guy.
Fucking
he's pretty cool.
I hate the smell on that mask.
Oh God! Imagine what that mask, the underside of that mask smells like.
Pussy and booze, man.
Imagine eating lentil soup out of that mask.
On TV, right?
Oh,
fuck! He don't give a fuck, Hope. That fucking guy. He's probably fucking Brookdale Park right now, just driving around.
Possibly.
You guys know me, right? Hold on, let me put on the mask. Now you know me.
Jay, I saw a movie that wasn't the best movie, but you were fucking hilarious.
What?
That fucking
my entire IMDb page.
That magician movie.
Oh,
that
fucking. Was fun.
Yeah.
You were in Magic.
I was
he played Fats.
Which one? The one.
Wonderstone.
Right.
By the way, the beginning of that movie is very funny. I loved the beginning of that movie.
Probably the funniest script I ever read in my life.
It's fucking funny, but then when they get into the whole, he's going to change part, then it kind of lost me.
2:30 show. Yeah, Alan Arkin. I walked into the makeup trailer the first day, and Alan Arkin's sitting there. He's wearing it's like 40 degrees in L.A. in the morning. He's wearing flip-flops. He's just like a fucking stoner from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah.
He's just complete out. He's
that
great.
Rules.
I walk in, he goes, "Oh shit, do you do me?" First thing he said, I go, "No." He goes, "Good."
He's good in it. It was really, especially the beginning, like I said, it was just a
There were
funny
days we didn't
movie.
shoot because Jim Carrey said, "I'm not feeling it. I have to go home."
Are you kidding?
What?
Universal City Walk.
Holy shit.
Night shoot at Universal City Walk, W-A-L-K, which is not like the fucking guy's haircut.
Right.
This is a porch. And that's like $500,000. And then in Vegas one day, he said he couldn't get after it.
But wait, was he
Couldn't
not
get
feeling well,
after
or
it.
just didn't feel like shooting?
I fucking
Didn't feel it.
Woke up one
He's a
day and
strange
said,
guy, huh?
It's not funny today. It's not working.
Just not feeling it.
So we all stayed an extra day in Vegas. Then we had to shoot. Then we all got picked up by buses, like in the Luxor parking lot, and like everyone's luggage is out. It was like, this is what it's like to be on a hockey team. Like you're done shooting, and there's someone went to my room, got all my shit.
Holy
and I just
shit!
trust all my medications and asthma inhalers were all accounted for. God. Put on my Kim Jong-il mask, and I got on a fucking bus.
Got on a bus.
Damn.
Where's that picture of me?
I don't know. I'll tweet it or something.
We should take pictures of each other slamming fucking ass, right? Fucking shit.
Just fucking take
Be
pictures.
Like, honey, look at Opie's watch. Well, ask him what time it is. Fucking Red Solo.
You know what you should have said to Alan Arkin? You should have said, "What are you, Glenn Ross or something?"
Fucking love Chip.
Fucking place would have went nuts.
Chip, huh?
That would have been a good one, Chip. Finally.
I know.
I fucking take a bullet for Chip. I fucking love
Take it where?
You might have to.
You fucking prick, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and do this proper. Jay Mohr is here in the house. And what else? I guess that's it, right?
Holy shit.
We'll step aside. Stay there.
Oh, that guy's hair. Check out the empties, man.
I got bugs. I got bugs in my room. Bugs in my bed. Bugs in my ears. There are eggs in my head. Bugs in my pockets. Bugs in my shoes. Bugs in the way I feel about you. Bugs on my window, trying to get in. They don't go nowhere.
It's for Jay Mohr.
All right. If it takes all night, it's all right.
Pearl Jam bugs. By the way, Jay Mohr is playing the Borgata Casino in Atlantic City, March 28th. What day is that?
Tomorrow
night, okay.
Tomorrow night is the Borgata, and the Saturday is, of course, Foxwoods.
Foxwoods Resort with Jay Mohr.
All right.
And then April 4th, Bananas, Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. You're in the area for a while, huh?
April 5th, Westbury, Long Island. You know why it's an island? Because it's surrounded by water on all sides. Let's do it. Evolution, baby.
And Jay Mohr's sports show is just kicking it. Congratulations!
Go get the podcast. More stories. Hit subscribe.
Wait, you'd rather promote the podcast than the sports show?
Well, yeah, you can check out the sports show.
But that's a big deal to be on regular radio and doing it.
But I'm up against Ron and Faz. I'm not going to come in their house.
I'm
not going to come in their house.
They're fine.
Right in. Fucking red solo cups.
I want to know.
So we seen fucking Pearl Jam?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know about regular radio.
Pre-game, man.
Pre-game.
Fucking
You got a pre-game, motherfucker.
Yo, I got fucking Borgata tomorrow. Don't think on that Turnpike South. We ain't fucking pre-gaming at the Dolly Madison rest. I'm getting fucking hammered.
I was just at the Borgata.
Fucking pre-game, bitch.
Last weekend, Borgata.
How'd you do? You clean
Nice.
up? Yeah, poker.
Nice. Not blackjack.
Not poker, blackjack.
He don't give a fuck. He sits down with Kim.
Give a fuck.
Kim Jong hit me over there.
Yeah.
A lot of them down there.
Oh, my God.
Fucking, they don't pregame. That's why they lose. Oh, this is a fucking scientific fact.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking get, not hammered. Just like a nice fucking buzz.
You gotta get the perfect buzz.
Totally, bro.
Right.
Totally fucking helps
You don't want to get fucking faced before you sit down.
Oh, don't get it twisted, Don't get it fucking twisted. Get a nice fucking buzz, nice loose, and you're like, you know what? Fucking split the tens, twat. You never split
fucking tens.
Mind your fucking business. I'm
My
splitting
buddy
my
was
tens.
fucking, he was bent. So he's splitting fucking tens.
It's a fucking animal. He didn't pregame. Get all juiced out. Me and Anthony got all fucking juiced out on the Parkway.
Juiced out.
Fucking beautiful. Tom's River fucking stopped over.
Good old Tom's River.
Tom's River.
Oh, Christ.
Jay, tell me about regular radio. Are you dealing with some shit over there?
No, it's
you got
fucking
lawyers
great.
and crap telling you what you can and can't do?
No,
Good for
the best
you.
thing about the radio show is they've never mentioned content at all.
Wow.
And I know what I can and can't say. And the big thing is, like, you gotta, it's nationally syndicated. You know this from being on terrestrial radio. Let me tell you how radio works, Opie.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if you're new.
I need to know finally.
Listen, Spuds. Yeah, like just learning the corporate clock. Like if you're not out at 12, the whole country goes to commercial mid-sentence.
Sure.
Your particular market. Like,
So you got to be a little organized.
They're not going to wait for you.
They always tell me, like, well, these are soft outs, these are hard outs. I'm like, fuck that. Everything's a hard out. Because if I get like 3 in my head, that's this. Just tell me when I need to get out.
And
Hit
I'll get
the
out.
post, W Wild Mason.
How many stations you got?
152.
You have 152 stations?
Yeah, bro. Fucking pregame like a fucking bastard.
That's nice.
We never had 152.
Hell no.
You
What do
didn't
we
talk
have?
about, you didn't talk about the
30
Dodgers,
maybe?
Lakers.
8? I don't know.
No.
Who knows?
More than that.
It's amazing what you talk about and nobody cares immediately. It's just their eyes gloss over. But if you say, like, you could do like Lakers Knicks, holy shit, like it's going down. I've said the battle for slop, the battle for the worst in the world. Like I'm in LA, and like Lakers Knicks, that's national things.
Sure.
Two teams, nothing.
No one cares.
No.
Nothing.
Wow.
So what do they care about?
Race and gay.
Even on the sports channel.
I go, Michael said, because I take pride.
Race and gay.
Yeah, and if you get a gay black guy, like, ding, 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 it's like Opie and fucking Borgata.
21.
And Cayabla. So, like, Michael Sam announced he was gay, right? And so I take pride in telling anybody listening, because the rest, I listen to all the shows on my drive in and all the shows on the way home, and they're fucking horrible. And the thing is, everyone, look, open the paper. Here's the box score. Everyone has the exact same numbers. Go. Like, what are you going to do
differently
to separate yourself from every other douche?
Smart.
Like LeBron, 42 last night in Indiana. Pacers, a game up on the Heat in the East. You know, like, it's just garbage. So do you want to just tell people numbers? Or do you want to put on a show? Being a comic, every morning I have a monologue. that I do, and then I just think bits.
You have to do a monologue every day to open your show?
I choose to do a monologue.
How long?
It's 12 minutes.
You do 12 minutes monologue every day.
Yeah, but I work, like, I'll pull sound, I'll pull, like, hey, Wang, it's a parking lot. Enough with the pictures, all right?
You're working it.
Yeah, just do it. But I'm up anyway.
Yeah. Was that a boner on, what's his name, when he was at the Combine? Did you see that video?
He had a huge cock on him.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I got a huge cock on him.
He did not have a huge cock.
It looked like it was sticking out too much.
It was sticking out. What was that?
I think he had half a rod.
There it
I
is.
was thinking the other guy.
There it is.
Half a rod.
Michael Sam's boner.
Right here, where you see the profile.
It's not a boner.
Here it comes.
How do you say that's a huge cock?
Yeah, compare it to mine, you know. I'm from Canada. What
the hell is that?
God.
What is that?
That's a rudder.
He had half a rod.
Half a rod.
Half a rod.
What about the cup? He doesn't go cup.
You don't
that didn't
run
look like a cup. That looked like a shot glass more than a cup.
Right.
Sticking out.
Yeah. No, you know what I'll do? I'll tell everybody. This is what's news. This is what's not news. Michael Sam comes out of the closet. I go,
gives a fuck.
This is a big deal because he's saying buyer beware.
Right.
He comes out of the closet and he tells every NFL team, just so you know.
Just so you know.
You're bringing the fucking circus to town when you get me.
Right.
I am SEC Co-Defensive Player of the Year. I'm mall quarterback. Now, all of a sudden, every scouting report seems like bizarre, like tight waist, high motor. You're like, whoa.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah, so then I told everybody, so like after today, no news. Like there's nothing. Until the draft happens, there's nothing to talk. And I'll say like these people are making a meal out of it over here.
Right.
There's days where there's no news.
Right, of course.
You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody.
Of course we know that.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you breaking my fucking balls over here?
I heard
fucking balls.
I heard our guys pranked Mike Francesca yesterday.
What'd
Do we
they
have that clip?
Do we have a clip? I love a good clip.
I tried to find that yesterday. I couldn't.
Here it is. Mike Francesca gets pranked by O&A fans. Nice. We want more of this, by the way.
By the way, real quick, it's a fascinating TV show to watch the top of his head read the fucking post for 3 hours. How he's picking on Fox Sports 1 before I did.
Shit, you're right.
The fuck?
And he's monotone. He obviously doesn't like his listeners.
Ray Romano, Francesca.
He doesn't want to be there. We love him.
Anthony in East Islip. What's up, Anthony?
Hello, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a Mets fan. I'm really concerned about the net rotation this year.
The net rotation this year?
Net rotation, yeah.
What are you concerned with that?
Neese clearly is having arm problems, correct?
He did in the spring.
Yeah, well, I think the net rotation this year could be Bartolo Colon first, Greg Opie Hughes second, Anthony Cumia third, Will Jimmy in fourth, and Bobo or Stopper Patty fifth. What do you think?
I think that you basically, you know what, next time they give you one call, don't call me. Stephen Trumbull, what's up, Steve?
Oh, that's a good comeback, Mike. Mike's got it. He knows how to handle with a heckler. Huh?
His eyes were closed.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Did you see the Mets rotation this spring trade?
By the way, I like the name and location. It was Anthony from East Islip.
Right, that's
where I was from when me and Boomer duked it out.
Did you see
Norman?
You see the clip where he fell asleep?
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then he tries to tell everyone he wasn't sleeping. He just won't even admit that he got caught.
He knocks over his Diet Coke.
Yeah, he freaks out when he wakes up.
The advantage of having one of the two teams behind
He's out cold right there.
Tampa are facing each other, but
his head's going. His head is falling. He's getting into a deeper sleep.
Season, I remember the Red Sox, fading out.
He's ready to hit
it's moving.
He's ready to hit the console. He's so out of it.
I love it. He's fucking out.
That's a guy that is sleeping.
Yeah, look, the mic is going into his ear.
There's a 3-game set, I think, at Fenway, another one at Yankee Stadium. Which
Wow.
kind of,
I'd fall asleep to this dribble, too.
Well, the wake-up is the best part.
Yeah.
I think it's coming any second here.
Just not the case finally.
I didn't know he was out this long.
To wake up and realize, uh-oh, I've been...
a little affected by left-handed pitchers lately.
He's panicked.
So no matter what the rest of the
He has no idea what's going on.
That is a great clip.
And now he's talking to his producer, like, what happened? Where am I? What is this guy talking about?
With Sweeney, obviously, as we get ready for a trip to Boston.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Francesca here, and here I am on the fan.
When he wakes up and his eyes go really big,
Because he didn't know where he was.
You got to get the explanation now.
It's like when people call you when you're sleeping. I know it's like a hack bit, but it's true. Anytime somebody goes like, "Were you sleeping?" You're like, "No." Like you just go to
why is that?
No. And like 30 seconds later, you're falling back asleep.
Nah.
He just goes like, "No, everything's good, bro."
He doesn't answer the guy's question.
He's the worst when they call him out on it. He's such a fucking baby.
Where's the explanation? Because he refuses to admit that he fell asleep when it's obvious to everyone he did.
I was just looking at the table.
Wow, you fell on Aerosmith.
But he looked up and said, "Where am I? What's going on? What is this guy talking about?" He was caught.
Yeah.
Caught.
At 844 BUCKS.
I wasn't going to address this, and often I don't like wasting your time and my time with nonsense, but since it has become a story, it was in the paper today, you know, and the only reason I'm doing this is because my wife won't talk to me until I do it. Sunday, when we opened the season up with the NFL now, I did what I usually do. I got up at 6 o'clock Sunday morning, came out here until now. Went home, watched football. By the time my day's over, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm fishing up after watching Denver and Peyton Manning, which was a pleasure. Sitting there in my office watching that
story like
Sunday
Lady
night,
Di.
and then, as happens sometimes,
fucking on with it already.
One of the kids get sick, which happened. And one of my sons suffers from asthma, Jack, and recently, as the weather changes, he has some exercise-induced asthma. And I didn't get to sleep Sunday night. So, you know, that happens as a parent. I mean, luckily I have healthy kids, and, you know, sometimes it happens. Now, well, my wife got mad at me is because I didn't mention this when I came in here on Monday. And Monday morning when I put the kids to school, which I do every morning, I put them on the school bus.
Oh, my God!
She was fighting with me not to go leave early, which I did. And she said, you better get some sleep because you haven't slept. You can't go into a show. And I said, I've done it a million times. And she's like, you know, you're not 20 anymore. Well, I came in, I hadn't slept all night, and obviously I was dragging during the show, which led to me closing my eyes during a Sweeney Murdy interview and causing this hurrah, which none of us here knew about until yesterday.
By the way,
because people now accuse me of being asleep during Sweeney because I closed my eyes during the interview, which I shouldn't have done. And I was exhausted. I hadn't slept the night before.
He was sleeping.
Okay, and I've done that many times through the years. I mean, 25 years, I can tell you, not just when my kids were born, but many times. I mean, Dog and I did 25 hours in a row.
8 minutes
there
to
were
go.
many nights where I've come in here and not slept all night and done a show. So maybe I have to never try that again at this stage because I was exhausted late in the show. But I can promise you this. I did close my eyes during a Sweeney interview for a minute, and it was on TV, and that's become this big bone of contention because I guess everything we do on the show does. But I can promise you, as you can go listen to the interview, I was never asleep.
Oh, God.
Did you
see it's a bone of contention. Straight
Jerk
up.
off.
Just those guys? I would say this, like I would say at the Opie in the restroom or in a car or whatever. The reason it's viral is because everybody that listens to this guy's show works their fucking balls off for a living. And they can't fathom working 4 hours a day.
Exactly.
A 20-hour work week is out of the consciousness of every single human being listening to the show, except the people sitting around with their Wu-Tang sticker bong between their knees right now, waiting for a fucking mesothelioma commercial.
But he said he was watching. He said he was watching fucking, you know, Peyton.
Yeah. Look, I do it
and
for the
he got a little
man.
tired.
Yeah.
He got a little tired watching Peyton, and then you got to get up and do 4 hours. It's tough.
But he should have just said, all right, I fell asleep.
Yeah,
it happens.
Why not
It
just
happened a
say
couple
it?
times in my 25 years.
I love that one, too. He spills his soda.
His
Out of
Diet Coke.
Borgata, Foxwoods, Bananas, and Westbury, which one do you think is sold the least? And it's by a lot.
I would go with Jersey. You got Jersey.
Jersey's 1,000 seats.
I would hate to say
Foxwoods Saturday night, 1,500 seats. Bananas like what? 200 seats in Hasbrook Heights. And April 5th, the space at Westbury in Westbury, Long Island.
I'm going Westbury. Sorry.
Why would you say Westbury?
You're not a draw on Long Island.
I'm going to say Foxwoods, probably.
Foxwoods fucking gone, honey.
Oh, yeah?
Bing, bing, bing. Give it up, Spuds McKenzie.
Long Island's a weird place for some of you guys.
The space at Westbury. Don't fucking wreck this for me, Long Island.
I don't know why.
I flew all the way across the
Come on,
country to
Long
tell some
Island.
fucking gags.
What's the matter with
can't
you?
make the 40.
I think because
4 miles drive, you prick you.
Because those guys are willing to travel to see their comedy, but when it's in their backyard for some reason, they don't
right
go
there.
as much. I've noticed that over the years with some of the guys.
Big thing like, you want to play the space at Westbury? Never heard of it. I usually do Governors. Like, nah, man, got to do the space at Westbury. Nah, you know, I'm really comfortable at Governors. No, man, it's like a great new spot.
Boy.
It's called the Space at
It's
Westbury.
not a new spot. They just changed the name.
40% of the tickets sold.
Isn't that Westbury Music Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just changed the name.
Foxwoods.
Are you going in the round?
I don't know.
They go in the round there.
There's a different place. Yeah, I go anyway.
Wait,
She'll give it to me.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a different place.
Is it Westbury Music Fair?
No, it's the Space at Westbury.
No, it's not the Westbury Music Fair.
But it might be
anymore.
called the Space.
And then they
It might
called
not
it
even
after
be
a
the
bank.
Space. I don't know. What's the space?
Let's look at
Gavin Art Garfunkel. Maybe it is. If Art Garfunkel's going to be there.
Let's see the space.
Well,
There's Jay Mohr's.
When do I follow Oates? Look at Garfunkel's hair.
That's a house.
Not it.
Easy, Chip.
Wait, maybe it is a different place.
That is a different place.
It's a different place.
Remember 40 times I said the Space at Westbury?
Yeah, but they
April
changed the
5th,
name a
Jay Mohr's.
lot. They changed the name of these places a lot. But you're right, it is a different spot.
How many seats is this? I don't know.
That's
You know how many now? Half of them. That's how many there are.
All right, we'll go see Jay Mohr at the Space at Westbury.
Too many.
Yeah.
Apparently too many seats.
Jeez.
And Foxwoods. Let's go. Tomorrow, Borgata.
Foxwoods.
Come on, you fucking pricks. I got on a plane for this, Henry.
Why don't you ever come out to the East Coast? Well, you're going to find out in about a week. Sometimes more than that, ain't.
Do you
How many
still do your
seats is
sports show? Or are you
Yeah.
off this week?
I'm off this week so I could focus. Trying to make another baby, if you really want to know.
Wow.
Going for another baby.
Fucking.
Is that crazy?
Are they cutting your balls open? I love that
they're
big
gonna have
rack.
to, yeah. They're going to have to
They got to cut his balls
sack.
open and take out some sperms.
Why?
Because they're like goddamn baggage handlers at JFK, my sperm.
They don't wanna move.
There's like 6 of them. They bump into each other on the way out.
They're hanging.
It's a fucking It's like the 2 guys dumb enough to get in a moose suit for Halloween and not think it through that one guy's got to put his face in the other guy's ass the whole night at the party. 2 guys in one horse moose suit.
Yeah, sure.
So my sperm are those 2 guys.
You got to assume if you're in the moose suit, you're holding your buddy's hips half the night. Because how else would you fucking make that work?
This is off of Bonoro's moose suit.
How do they know to get the best one?
The best one?
Like the
Because
best
they look
sperm.
at it. It's like flapping his tail.
Yeah.
Some of them have like Coke bottle heads. Some of them are indented.
Yeah, because I
Some
know,
have
I know
18
it's like,
tails like a fucking hydra.
Are they going to...
I think it's like, because in natural just fertilization, those sperm like race and fight each other and
Not
shit. And they're
mine.
like, and then the goal is that the best, fittest one wins the race, and that's the better sperm.
Let me explain my sperm to you.
Uh-huh.
You ever been to Dwayne Reed?
Yes.
You ever asked anybody for help?
Yes, I have,
The
Jay.
smudged glasses?
I'm assuming.
If we have it, it'd be right over there. I know if you have it where it would be. I want to know
It's
if you
not.
have it.
And do you have it?
Do you sell Sports Illustrated? The magazine's over there. No.
yeah.
Do you sell Sports Illustrated? If we have it, it would be right over there.
Right.
Okay. Do you sell it? My man, if we had it, it'd be in the magazine department, which is in the section right there in the thing.
Yeah.
Smudged glasses.
So you're going in for a procedure?
Yeah, we're trying now. I'm up and at 'em now. Taking a little Cialis.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Can't be caught slipping, man.
You got a boner right now?
No.
Jimmy shows us his boners.
Jimmy's I have very low libido. Jimmy has a high libido.
Yeah.
So when I take Cialis, my wife goes, how does she put it? You want to fuck?
How did she put it?
And I go, all right. And she said this last night. We ordered room service at the hotel. She goes, you have to make it quick. She's pulling on her sweatpants. She goes, you have to make it quick. I'm like, I'll do my best. You know me. Fucking Jim Fix, fucking marathon man. Jesus Christ, like out of nowhere. Been married fucking 10 years. You have to make it quick.
Make it quick.
Like, what am I, a fucking new guy?
Wait, do you dump quick or no? Or do you take a while?
What the fuck? Yes, I'm powerless.
I
powerless over this
That's the reason I
feeling.
married her.
How long do you take to dump?
If it's never longer than 3 minutes.
Really?
Wow.
I envy that. That's great, man.
And if I take longer than that, I
Fuck
start
me.
to lose my erection because I get in my head like,
Yeah.
wow, I hope this stays up. This would be great. And then I'm like, fuck. You're thinking
I lose focus.
It depends on who you're with. If you're with somebody you've been with for fucking 10 years or something, and you shove your dick in there and just want to get it over with, then you get it over with. But if you're with somebody you want to please,
Get it over with.
then you have to fucking like, all right, I'm going to come. Then you got to pull out and shove your face down there for a while.
But here,
get everything stirred up. There's a whole system.
Here's the thing, though. When you're married that long,
Yeah.
she's very goal-oriented.
Uh-huh.
And she hits that goal. Like, she starts at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
So she punches it in. You know, she's in. She's quick.
Okay.
So, like, she can get 2, 3 in the time it takes me to get that quick
Gotcha.
one. But she's better at it than I am, obviously.
Great.
Yeah, she
I like
fires them off.
a girl too that doesn't mind like in the morning, just hey, I just want to fuck literally 30 seconds and shoot and get the fuck out of here. cool.
That's how my wife is.
That's
my
great.
wife's like, if you put your penis inside me, I will come because your penis is inside.
Look, given the time, it's
technical.
like fucking going out to dinner. Sometimes you go to a nice restaurant, spend a long time. Sometimes you shove a burrito down your throat.
That's true.
But it's like
so in this scenario, let's walk this through. Let's go to the comedy chalkboard.
Yes.
A vagina would be a mouth and a throat, and your cock would be a burrito.
The burrito, it could be.
And the two bodies
So fast
together,
food is what you're
would
saying.
You like to drive
Yeah,
through
fast food. It doesn't always have to be this fucking movie whimsical
Where you have to
time in bed.
Where you have to listen for the specials,
For the
like we said
for
earlier.
the specials. but sometimes, you know, you could just do those quick fucking get it over with, and then other times, you know, you fucking it's a long procedure.
It's hard for me to dump a load, man. It takes a while.
I can help you. I can take care of it for you, Jimmy.
It takes
You know
a
what?
while,
You go
man.
to the hotel, have sex with my wife. I bet you don't last 1 minute.
No, it's never,
look at
believe
mine.
me. It's
You think you last more than a minute with my wife?
It's not the girl. It's
fuck my
never
wife?
the girl. It's never the
You
girl.
fuck my wife?
What?
That's a crazy
Kill Jay, kill Alan Arkin, kill Steve Carell, kill me. No, it's never the girl. It's never the girl. It's always my own
It takes you a really
psychotic-
long time.
It's your mind, right?
Yeah.
My
It's your
own
mind.
play with my nipple. I know. I got to play with my nipples. My
But I'm married to
fucking.
a fucking psychopath.
Doesn't matter. It has
Yeah,
nothing to do with-
it does matter.
For me, it doesn't. For you, it might. For me, it doesn't matter because it's never.
Everyone's got their thing that
the
you
girl. Yeah,
need.
it's never the girl.
Some little
There's
thing.
nothing. Here's the thing about my wife. There's nothing in your head that she doesn't just completely override. Because I'm naughty like you.
It could
Please,
just be.
just fuck my wife, please. I mean, I'm fucking asking you a
Really?
fucking favor here, Henry.
Jesus,
I didn't
Henry.
reach you for a fucking thing over here.
I want you to bang this
Go
broad.
to the fucking peninsula and fucking throw it. You might get a nice piece of property out of this, Jim.
So are they cutting your balls open or not? Were you trying it the natural way?
Well, that's like a last case scenario.
Okay,
We're
gotcha.
going to try the natural way for a long time. Oh, my God. And
I love that.
Oh, that's one of the best commercials
wonderful
going.
stylings.
We make your dreams come true.
The Grand Prospect Hall.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that as good as the space at Westbury, April 5th?
Hold on. This guy AJ wants it.
Come on.
Hold on. We got
Come
a Brooklyn
on.
guy. AJ, go ahead. Jay Mohr in studio.
Jay Mohr, how you doing, Jay Mohr?
Yeah, I'm getting you pregnant.
You're sick. You're sick. I didn't touch your fucking watch. You're sick. You're fucking sick in the head.
Why don't you do a little less
Right.
eating and a little more fucking? Your life would be such a fucking mess. Stop eating.
I want to ask you a serious question, Jay.
Yes, sure.
I've known you for a while. You'll know who this is. But since
Goodbye.
when do you not sell out a fucking place in Long Island? What does this world come to that Jay Mohr has got a hawk ticket to Long Island when he used to sell out the joints? What's going on?
What's going on? What's the world coming to?
I think he's got a lot of area shows is the problem.
Doesn't
here.
matter. There's only one Long Island stop, Opie, is what our friend is.
Really?
Yeah.
A bunch of losers in fucking Long Island.
Long Island.
You know
Long
what, though?
Island.
The Space at Westbury, Jay Mohr, April 5th. Go get your
Appreciate that.
tickets.
Anthony, you gotta go to that. You just compared a burrito to my cock over here.
Not your
yeah.
cock. You're a cocktail, Frank, my friend.
Okay.
All right. Here's the we make your dreams come true, lady. Go.
We make your dreams come true.
The Grand Prospect Hall, 718-788-0777.
We make your dreams come true.
We make your dreams come
Otto and
true.
George bit. Hello, I'm Dr. Pecoraro. I will whistle through your asshole. It's amazing these people who do their own commercials are great.
They insist on it. I was in that business for a while.
What one?
Yeah.
Making the local commercials way back in the day. If you put the owners in the commercial, they're all in.
And they're in.
They
Yeah.
will fucking write that check. No
great.
problem. They all want to be little TV
He
stars.
would be like, have your best wedding ever in here.
Oh,
The
yeah.
plane.
I dealt with all those guys. They were the worst.
plane. Sometimes the bride feed the groom. The bride feed the groom.
Then we
So
got
long, gay boys.
in Great Neck. We got that fucking guy. $500.
I don't know that guy.
$500 cash.
Find him.
That fucking car salesman guy, of course. The loudest
What
commercials.
about the car dealerships that find the one broad in the office that is
That's
almost hot?
And they put her
And
on
that's the
front of screen.
spokesperson
She's
for
got
the
to talk
dealership?
about your Acuras.
They're like
and-
6.5s.
Restaurant hot.
You know what
that
What's restaurant hot?
When you're a waiter at a restaurant, all of a sudden there's a new waitress, and everybody's like goddamn sharks in the water, circling, and then you take her home and you have
Just
sex with
'cause
her,
she's new.
and like 2 weeks later you're dating her, and you're like, what the fuck? This is a sex tops.
Fucking, what am I
Just
doing?
because she was new. It's like the first time.
Yes.
Just because, Counting Crows we thought was good for a
great.
second because it was new.
That's great.
Is this the guy?
Yeah, here's this guy. How
I'm
annoying.
going to hear him.
I'm back. $500.
This is Joe Valentino from Great Neck Nissan, and that's what I'm willing Call
to
this
pay.
guy right
Do you-
now. I can't
Right
beat
fucking
your
now,
very
call this
best
Do you know how
deal
fucking
on a
annoying this is at like 1 in the morning? I've left the TV on. I've turned the volume down on the movie, but the commercials are louder, and he comes on.
Or a brand new car. Come on down to Great
This
Neck
fucking
Nissan.
You know, this goddamn 25A behind him.
Can we call him right now?
Yeah,
I don't think he's in.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
is annoying.
It's probably not. That is a bad
You
one.
guys are like murmur.
Do we?
Murmur.
So did we find the plane today?
No.
Still no.
That plane's
You sure?
Won't see that plane no more.
Anthony, I'd
It's
like your
gone.
thought. I've been out of the loop here, but
Yeah.
what do you think happened?
Oh God, he went with terrorism.
I had 30 different scenarios over the course of this whole thing.
Pilot, co-pilot, working in concert.
I'm thinking now, just
I think one of the
pilot.
pilots dumped it.
Just fucking dumped it in the water.
Dumped it for whatever reason.
Yeah,
to
So
be
why would
determined.
all like transponders and stuff like that pick it up?
I don't know.
It's one of the
I think
most highly
he
trafficked areas in the world.
He caved in his co-pilot's head with a hammer, and then fucking just put it on autopilot, and
Maybe they're
flew.
just trying to give each other haircuts.
Just flew out into the most
Get it out.
isolated part of the world as far as oceans go.
What? It's
And
between
then
8 countries.
dumped it. Yeah, but
Isolated.
no one goes down
it's
there.
off.
Deep, 23,000
No one goes down
feet.
there.
No one goes down there. It's like a
No one
fucking
goes down there.
Marianas Trench.
No one goes down near Australia to the west there.
Like in that part,
Southwest
it's like unless
of
you're going
Australia.
to Antarctica, you're not flying there.
Exactly.
Wait, Australia? Well,
That's
that's
where-
new to me. I thought it was between
Where the
Vietnam,
fuck have you
China,
been?
Oh, you're
That's well
old
over
school.
with gold.
You want to know where I've been? I've been out earning a fucking wage.
Hey,
Checking those
Honest
box
wage for an
scores.
honest living.
So you're only checking the box scores.
Oh, that's
Turn the
way
paper
fuck
over.
out. That's where the sharks go.
That's 1,600 miles off the coast of Perth.
it's past Australia, so no one goes there unless literally you're flying to Antarctica.
Right.
Or if you're going over the pole to go to the other side of the
Or
globe.
the other
yeah.
side of the earth.
Right.
The other
How
side of the
about
earth.
this? How about no like military people like at one of our destroyers, an Australian destroyer goes like, "Hey, something's on my fucking radar."
Right? Nothing.
How does it not get picked up in this day and age?
Because
Opie just took a
Indian
picture of my
radar,
name.
they said Indian radar is off at night. The military turns the radio. They really do. I think it's off at night, and that's why they said he probably took that route
Save the
because he knew
batteries.
what was on and what was
What the
off.
fuck is Pakistan
Save the
waiting
what?
for? Just
They
steamroll
save
these
the
people.
batteries on
right?
satellites.
If they got to turn their
Pakistan,
fucking
India, that's
radar.
the big thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If they got to turn their
Pakistan-
radar off at night, that's when you send your shit
Just
over
fucking
there.
walk across the border like you own the place.
Fucking send your
It's Garland's
nukes.
new special. It's all about India and Pakistan. And they're all battling over Kashmir. Thank God Robert Plant stepped in and did an homage tribute song to, sort of push the tide back a little bit between those two countries.
I gotta make wee.
Huh?
Do you? What the fuck? I just drank this huge fucking smoothie. I gotta
What was,
make
in
wee.
your, what was in your smoothie, Opie?
Today it was kale, spinach,
You're going to find
mango.
a lizard head in your kale.
Lizard head.
Oh, you weren't really listening to what was in it. You were just setting it up
Kale?
for a bit.
No, I was not.
Yes, you
But
were.
How did I say lizard head unless I was going?
Because
about the
I
news?
didn't say mango yet. I was still giving you the ingredients.
Right, and I just jumped on one that flashed in my
Just
head as a
fucking-
thing.
All
I
right,
can't
good
do a
point.
bit about kale if I'm not listening. You say fucking kale.
kale.
What I go? But I pull it.
I thought you actually cared. I didn't know you were setting me up for a bit.
You listen to me. Ready? Kale, spinach,
Mango.
That's
That's it.
as far as you fucking got.
That's
What
it
did I
today.
miss?
That's it today.
Fucking cranky cunt. Nice water. Fuck, you gave me 3 ingredients. Those are the 3.
But you jumped in after 2.
Because I thought of kale, and the lady found the lizard head in her fucking kale, you fucking cock.
No, but he said.
Shut up!
But no, he said.
I'm discussing with the 2 of you.
No, but he said mangoes and
No,
kale.
That's why you want a piece of
but
cake.
you said.
But that's not
you
what he said.
Right.
I don't
fuck I
give
said?
a
Get my
fuck
drink.
what he drinks.
Personally, I don't give a fuck what he drinks.
Personally,
Order me the cake.
I'll give a fuck.
Can I make wee?
Go make some wee.
Are we all making wee?
Let's see what
or
I
you
want.
guys continue? I don't care.
I'm going to the
bathroom.
All right, let's make wee.
I'm going to go to that kitchen area thing that I've only been
Yeah.
to once in my whole life and get a
yeah.
beverage.
Really?
Do you know,
I've been down there like twice.
The first time I ever went in there was like 2 weeks ago. And I've been here for
It's
how
pretty
long?
amazing what they got down there.
I was like, this is the fucking best place.
They got a lot of nice beverages down there.
Beverages.
What
I'm
else
gonna
could you
go
get
grab
down
a
there in the
goddamn
kitchen?
beverage.
Can I get a smoothie with kale, spinach, and mango and ice water?
All right, you fuck.
What other ingredients did I miss? Echinacea?
No, I didn't do any of the boosts today.
shit.
Those are all called boosts. I decided to do
Somebody
no
just tweeted
boost.
me, the space at Westbury is the MySpace of Long Island.
Oh.
Is it?
What else could you get in the kitchen, Sal?
They have a Starbucks machine there.
Starbucks machine. Nice.
I've never heard of it, Jay.
Maybe that's why I'm selling.
Now, Governors, I'd have been there.
Yeah, we like governors. We support governors.
I love governors.
Good people.
A lot.
We like the governors.
Why they're not on the list this trip.
All right, Jay Mohr, Bogota, tomorrow night, Foxwoods Saturday, Bananas, Hasbrook Heights, April 4th, and then this place called The Space at Westbury on April 5th.
An empty space.
Opie and Anthony will be right back. On Sirius XM. Feel free to rub one.
Wow. Jay's down the hall doing a phoner for another radio station?
That's what I saw.
All right, then.
Took a little walk with me to the kitchen.
That must have been very relaxing.
we were chatting.
Jay likes to chat about 10 things at the same time. I think he asked me like 5 or 6 things in the bathroom. I couldn't answer one of them because he was on to the next question.
He's got a lot on his mind.
We like the Jay Mohr. He's playing all over the place. So, girls. And we got Mindy coming in a little bit.
Yes, Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling.
I might as well squeeze in my plugs while I can. I'm doing Tampa, April 11th and 12th, and then Caroline's the 24th through the 27th.
I'm going.
Thank you.
Caroline's.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well,
I like the Carolines.
Plenty of room to stretch out.
Oh, God.
That's why I'll never shoot a special in New York. Never.
Really?
No, never.
Fucking pricks.
You haven't played New York in a while.
No. What's wrong?
Caroline's will be fine.
Yeah, but
maybe it'll be my birthday night out.
When is your birthday?
April 26th.
Oh. April Fools.
Thank you.
But that's after Jimmy's there.
No, Jimmy's there on the 26th.
Oh.
Yeah. 24, 25, 26, 27.
Why wasn't I listening?
What is it, Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, my birthday's on a Saturday this year?
Oh, shit.
Hamid.
Say goodbye to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Right, I might have to take a few days off.
Oh, boy.
Recoup, as they say. Oh, party time. Look at all these empties, man.
Yeah, seats. My fucking gig.
Oh, Jimmy.
You know what we should do to your, for Saturday night? We should play that Bay City Roller song, Saturday night. That's such a cool
Saturday.
party song.
It kills, right?
That one or the other one?
No, Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night.
Is that the Bay City Roller?
Saturday night. Rock and roll, right?
It's terrible.
Wow. S-A-T-U-R. Ah.
Wait, is this, this is
Look at this video. Jesus.
Oh, they're Nancy Grace hairdos?
They are those, yeah, the wacky English or mullet haircut.
Or the Opster 1998.
Oh. Saturday night. Saturday night. Oh, what a faggot song this was. This is like the Archies. It's terrible.
Girls love them. It was always them on Tiger Beat and Teen Beat.
Yeah.
Do they have any other songs?
Tonight, the Bay City Rollers on Don Kirshner's rock concert. Oh, Saturday night.
What were the other songs they did?
What's this, 76?
Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
Saturday night.
Hearing that song as a child. I swear.
Saturday night.
What are some more songs by the... Wow, this really gets old
Enough
fast.
for these guys.
I have some more Bay City Rollers in here if you want them.
Bay City Rollers.
Bay City Rollers, Jay. Come on. You were all
What
in.
are some other songs by them?
The Way I Feel Tonight.
The Way
How'd
I Feel
that go?
Tonight.
T-U-O.
No.
Saturday night, I'm at Foxwoods.
Ah, there's a good...
Yes, you are, Jay Mohr. I don't remember this one, do you?
No.
The Bay City Rollers slowed it down.
I Only Want to Be With You. How about that one?
What's that one?
I Only Want to Be With You.
It was Jimmy. Is I Only Want to Be With You?
I don't know this one.
Fuck is this?
I'll play I Only Want to Be With You.
They had one goddamn hit.
What douchey Beatles knockoffs?
They
I don't get any credit for pulling that one out.
I
didn't hear it.
good. What's this one, Travis?
I Only Want to Be With You.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
I thought we were
guess.
just playing that one.
Disco.
No, this is this one came after. It's called Place Your Fist in My Colon.
Oh. Yes. Oh. This
we
is a
know
remake,
this one.
isn't it? Is this a remake?
I think
It sounds like it's from the
It's a cover
50s,
song.
yeah.
You Made Me Believe in Magic. That was a good song by Bay City Rollers.
Yeah, this is a
How do you know the
remake.
Bay City Rollers?
Huh?
How do you know about them?
Sing what now? Bay City Rollers. Huh?
Be with you.
Yeah, about the Bay City Rollers right now?
This is a remake, so it's not even like one of theirs.
It's every guy you see unloading a truck in Manhattan. Huh? Y'all know about the Bay City Rollers right now? Just back out shots, Lisa, man. Huh? What? Huh? What? Every conversation you walk by in Manhattan where a guy's loading or unloading a truck, one guy goes, huh? What? Huh? I said, what now? Back to the bone. Oh, serious? Oh, satellite right now? Huh? What? Yo, man. Hey, man. Huh? What?
You want to learn more about Westbury?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy has info on the space in Westbury, where you're playing April 5th. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, guys. So, Jay,
Hi.
this place is on Post Avenue. Post Avenue.
Huh? What?
Sorry. One half are fine, upstanding Italian citizens. And the other half are the people that Anthony complained about a lot.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Is that... I know where that is.
On Post Ave. That's a...
What you mean you complain about, man? Huh?
Once you pass, like, the trestle, it gets real bad.
Post Ave can get a little sketchy.
I thought that was going to be a runner.
Turn off of Jericho.
All right, it's north of the
Chris
trestle.
Jericho's going?
We're trying to take this phone call for you, Jay.
I know, it's great.
They want to hire Kenny.
You want to learn about Westbury, don't you?
Fuck that. I'll let my fucking fist fly, man.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I'll go Kenny. Stay in the
property there years ago. It's not a great area.
It's not a great area.
Who convinced you to buy property in a place that's filled with people you're not crazy about?
It doesn't mean you can't make money there.
Oh, he's a slumlord.
Once again, the Jew is taking advantage of the Negro.
Actually, I'm a guinea.
All right.
You thought the neighborhood would turn around, right?
You take a shot.
Did you make it just like Anthony?
You take a shot.
Did you?
You really got to.
You know what? Maybe
you got to do your research on those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
What's his fellow's name?
And you got to make sure
on the
they
phone?
are going to turn around. It's Mark.
Hey, Mark. First of all, I appreciate your input very much. Secondly, maybe this should be a little red flag. The website for the space at Westbury, what is it, April 5th? What am I remember?
Yeah.
I'll be there. It's like a photo from the 20s.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
it is
like it looks like a Schwab's, and they're going to discover talent in the like little.
Well, it says our history though.
Old guys with suits and hats on.
Yeah. Then the old cars, and then the next photo.
It's a movie theater from 1920s.
It's a drawing of the building.
It's an architectural
next photo
drawing.
is a 3D computer.
A rendering.
Like in court, like this is how she got bludgeoned to death in the stairwell. And then it may have happened like this, computer generate. There's no photo of the
There's no
place.
actual new picture.
They
of
didn't
it.
follow the sketch though.
No, huh?
No,
the sketch is very different than.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm playing someplace else.
Nah, you'll do good there, right?
Fuck it, man. Pre-game.
Yeah,
fucking me and Ant will go.
Oh, now we're the neighborhood.
Oh, there it is.
That's
when they were building
It's not even built.
No wonder I can't sell it out. There's no chairs at all.
That's when they were building it. Let's look at the rest of the neighborhood around it.
But real quick, on a side note, this is 5 people that are on the computer every day for hours. Meaning us.
Right.
And we're now like on our 8th search. Just to know what this place looks like. There's a fucking bank.
I know where that is.
I know that.
Manhole. We got close up.
that
Put
area.
a fucking drone to this neighborhood. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like a nice neighborhood. What's the problem?
Looks very small town.
Hey, Mark, which way do you
If you're
go?
a fire.
Which way do you go for the bad stuff? East or west?
If you're standing facing the theater, you're going to go to the right.
Are we going to the right?
We're going right.
All right, we're going right.
Let's
Let's
go.
see. Let's do this.
And
Going down.
We're only
Looks pretty nice.
We're a couple blocks down. I don't see any real
Looks
issues.
nice.
Looks like the hand. Oh, yeah, that's all right.
That's
looks like the
fine.
Yeah, we're still doing all right.
What are you talking about?
You're lying.
This is a nice little Long Island hamlet.
Right.
It's wonderful.
Oh, now we're in the suburbs. We're fine.
This is the whitest place I've ever seen.
Come on,
What are you
dude.
talking about?
Oh, wait a
You're
minute.
talking out
change
your
it. Here we
ass.
go.
Okay, what's that problem?
The projects? The projects?
We literally went across the tracks. That's
Yes.
the Bristol. That's the apartment
That's-
complex called the Bristol.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
there you
It's
go.
breaking down
Wow,
quickly.
those train tracks
Looks like New Orleans.
are the
It broke down quickly.
those train tracks
There's
are
a
the Great
cemetery.
Divide, the Mason-Dixon line right there.
No shit.
It's amazing.
All right.
What are we in fucking Ronkonkoma now?
Yeah, the conch. Fucking hanging out in the conch.
School bus.
Watch out for the school bus. You almost hit the school
Yeah.
bus.
Don't worry,
Sal.
it's empty.
Oh.
Borgata tomorrow night, you pricks. Don't look. I flew 3,000 miles for this. Don't wreck it for me. Foxwoods tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's that
Saturday.
building on the corner there?
It's a drugstore.
Bodega.
That looks all right.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have to go in the parking lot. Keep
That
going.
looks good.
The Winner's
Isn't technology
Circle.
amazing?
It's called the Winner's Circle.
Circle. Nice.
So this is Westbury, Long Island, huh?
Yeah, we're taking a little tour of Westbury.
But we still don't have a photo.
main
There's
thoroughfare.
oh my God! Is that a store for cemetery plots?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's a headstone shop.
store.
All
There
right.
must be a cemetery
You
nearby,
know, the
right?
head shop? That's a headstone shop.
What?
Yeah.
Right across the street.
The cemetery's right there.
Country Road.
It's honestly, it's really not that bad.
Why aren't there photos of the theater anywhere? Now we're in Merrick.
Take a guess.
This place is very close to me.
No, what is the guess? That it doesn't, it's like a shitty looking place?
We got a guy that's been to the club. He's going to tell you what you're in for. Thank you to Mark. Now we go to Pete.
Mark's a good man.
Pete.
Hi, morning, fellas.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
What's up?
Petey.
You guys got to play the place in Huntington. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you should book me there.
It's like four...
What am I got Frosty
four
for
stores.
You?
Right?
Frosty knows. I was just there with Jim Brewer. I forgot the name of it all of a sudden. The Paramount. Thank you, Travis.
Another guy I can't get on the podcast.
What? Frosty or Brewer?
Brewer. Frosty. How you doing, Pete?
You got to play the Paramount in Huntington. It's an amazing venue, and it's right down the street from F.H. Riley's.
Where's Pete? Family dining.
Go ahead, Pete.
Paramount's beautiful, number one. Hope I stopped by your place to eat after the show.
Of course you did. My brother does an amazing job there. I don't even have to promote the damn place anymore. He's doing that well. Thank you, Pete.
It was great. But I went to the space in Westbury maybe like a month and a half, 2 months ago to see a band, Lotus, and the place is pretty awesome. Like I was
It's brand new.
Yeah, they're starting to...
Do they got the walls up and did they get the chairs in? Because the picture we're looking at, there seems to be some major problems.
No.
Okay, good. They got chairs, Jay. You're in good shape.
Yeah, because they got you playing this weekend, Jay, and Jim Jeffries is lined up to be there. It's not going to be like a concert venue, standing only, you know?
Hey,
well, the problem is he's not...
Was Duff in it, or did they replace Duff?
I'm not sure.
Wait, Lotus is what? A little Guns N' Roses offshoot?
I think they said Loaded.
No, Lotus. It's like a...
Oh, that sounds gay.
It's like a jam band, Jamtronic.
Fucking jam band.
No, Lotus is good. They're from Indiana. They're from Indiana, right?
Oh, yeah?
Philly. Close enough, though.
No, Goshen College. They all went to Goshen College in Indiana, Lotus.
I can read Wikipedia too, Jay.
Oh.
Yeah, I fucking Wikipedia. Sitting
You're
in a
reading
fucking desk with you.
Wikipedia, you son of a bitch. We don't like jam bands on the Opie and Anthony show. Although, every once in a while, a little Grateful Dead, though.
No, none of that garbage.
Just a little bit.
It's all garbage.
And the Allman Brothers, when they do their 80-minute version of Statesboro Blues or something.
You sat there and watched that shit?
Fuck yeah. Mike Rampel on guitar, dude.
Well, give us one Lotus song. We need to listen to this.
Put on Vibes. That's it's out of print.
You don't know that song.
Where would I fucking get this
I'm
shit?
calling you out.
It's not first of all, it's not a song, it's an album.
Oh, okay. Is that what Wikipedia says? I'm throwing you under a bus.
Am I on Wikipedia right now? Look me right in my eyes. Tell the truth.
Sal's working with you.
No, Jay is looking. I'll confirm. Jay is looking to the left and up, and to see the computer, he would have to look to the right and straight ahead.
Fucking prick, yeah.
Now he's looking at
Why is Lotus cool? Maybe you turn people on to Lotus today.
I got introduced to Lotus through the band like the Disco Biscuits, and they throw their own festival over the summer for the last like 10, 12 years.
You must get a ton of pussy, man.
Yeah.
If he wasn't so into cock, he would.
How many songs can Lotus play in one set?
Oh, look at it.
Like 6, 7. It's a lot.
For 20 minutes each?
Fucking bore fest, those
Let me
bands.
tell you something. I'm with you guys. Like my favorite band, one of my favorite bands, like the Black Crowes, when they start doing like Whoa Mule and Hot Burrito 1, Hot Burrito 2, like 18, I'm like, fucking,
that's when I tapped out. I loved the Black Crowes for a long time. And all of a sudden they started.
So many great songs.
Yeah. Their songs started getting longer and
Don't play
trippier.
the Allman Brothers. It's not even there. They're doing covers of long shit.
Right.
I've got Lotus up in here.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of 9-minute, 11-minute, 15-minute.
Oh, I got it. Let me hear some of this
shit. You don't like
shit.
a nice jam band song?
Oh, I hate a jam band.
Wait. Hold on. Pete, what song should we play?
See if they got Bellwether, like Belwether.
You know what Bellwether means?
Exactly. How else would you spell Bellwether?
Do they have Bellwether, Travis?
I don't know that one sound like that.
Boy.
Oh, you got it? All right, here we go.
Bellwether or not?
I'm already annoyed because I know what's coming.
Right now you can't be annoyed.
Yeah, I got to bring Bellwether with
I am.
Oh my God! Is this Max Headroom?
Oh.
Is it two robots fucking?
All right, go a minute in now. We get this part. Let's see if it changes. All right, they added a few more instruments.
Some more shit.
Yeah!
So you're gonna sit. So you're just going to sit.
All right, move another minute in.
This is like that punk.
Foxwood Saturday. Jay Mohr.
All right, move another minute in.
That's a lot of fucking cowbell. Yeah, bell wobble.
Bring back the cowbell.
We need less cowbell.
Another minute in. There's no way I can sit through this.
Horrendous.
One more minute in.
Oh my God, would I be angered?
And now take the last. Let's listen to the last 15 seconds.
This is during the caper of Ocean's 15.
Yes, it's during caper
Everyone's
music.
like going in and out of doors.
Yes.
And everything's going to time out. Pull the Porsche up into the sewer.
Yes.
They play movie music.
That's what it is.
Let me say hi to.
Enjoy your day, guys.
Thanks, Pete. I don't know if I'm going to be
ruining
listening
ours.
to Lotus anytime soon.
Type in the hotline here for Steve Gorman at the Black
I don't know
Rose
what it is.
to call here and defend his jam band.
Let's say hi to Jay in East Meadow. He's going to tell us about the Winter
East
Circle.
Meadow, very close.
We saw the Winter Circle when we were doing a little street view.
Virtual tour of Long Island.
But you guys said it was a drugstore. Jay's got more info on it. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, hey, listen, Jay, if you're not too busy during your gigs, you can go to the Winter Circle. It's an over 40 swingers club.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yuck.
Over 40?
Wow.
Over 40.
Why does it have to be over 40?
Exactly.
Big labia.
That's how they advertise it.
We're going to name it Big Labia.
Over 40 swingers
How
club,
fucking
huh?
awful is that?
A lot of fun going on in
All of a
there.
sudden, Jimmy's Mr. fucking Morals and Standards.
No. I want, if I'm going to go fucking swing, I want someone under 40.
Yes.
I want to see a bunch of 48-year-old women. I've had 4 children. I'm really letting my hair fly. I want to get fucking drop dead already.
8-year-old Jewish women. Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Jewish
Wait,
broads.
That doesn't do anything for me. A bunch of old swingers.
Yeah.
Old, out-of-shape swingers.
And over 40, by the way, they're not 40 in there. It's over 40. They're in their late 50s. You know, I'm a widower.
Yeah.
When Saul was alive,
Yeah.
we'd fuck all day.
Let me tell
Finger
you.
sandwiches and then fuck all night.
My granddaughter told me it's time I get back out on the scene.
Sue everybody.
Yeah. Sue everyone.
Listen, we're going to go back to the Swingers Club in a second, over 40 Swingers Club, but we got Steve Gorman on the line, Jay.
Oh, Stevie!
Hold on a
My
minute.
friend from the Black Crows. I just texted him, said call Opie and Anthony.
Oh. Steve Gorman.
Wonderful timing, JJ.
Why? What happens? This is the drummer of the Black Crows. We were talking, Opie and I, Steve Gorman, drummer for the Black Crows, and Trigger Hippie. We were talking about...
well, first I want to say welcome to our show, and second I want to say I'm a huge fan of the Black Crows, so this is pretty cool. We used to talk to Chris Robinson and Rich back in the day, but it's been many years.
Well, thank you, sir. It's nice to be here.
So
Jay,
you're the third founding member of the Black Crows on third.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? I don't know.
No,
we were taking Gorman back in the day.
I've been trying to get Gorman to roll me Chris Robinson for 2 years. It's the only reason I'm friends with him. Oh, shit. I'm trying to get Chris on my podcast. The guy's a goddamn flake.
I think
I'm doing you a favor, okay? I'm acting as an effective buffer.
Can I ask you something? Does Rich have like a 4-year-old?
Yeah.
I thought it was him. We went through a hospital tour when I was having my son almost 4 years ago here in New York City, and all of a sudden I'm like, that's Rich Robinson's also having a kid and going on the hospital tour, and no one else knew though. But I didn't want to be that guy, so I never said anything to him.
Did you see the body in its pristine state?
And I always wondered if it was him, because I'm like, that's crazy. It looks just like him, but maybe it's not him. But now I know for sure it was. Anyway, whatever. Jay, why we got Steve Gorman on the line?
Oh, because we were talking about how much we love the Black Crows, and then you and I both tapped out when they went jam band.
I sort of tapped out Steve a little bit.
When you guys are putting the set list together and there's like 3 15-minute songs, do you ever pipe up and go, what the fuck are we doing? We're the Black Crows. Why don't we do our songs?
Yeah. What are you talking? I mean, how many? I mean, you talking about you tapping out? Go back and listen to some of the tapes.
Just hold the basic
rules.
Yeah.
Just hold a beat and fucking check your texts.
I like it. I like playing some of that stuff. We definitely went to places that weren't in my, wasn't my idea, wasn't my favorite thing. But it comes back around eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
you know, if you got nothing else to do for 20 minutes, it's not a bad way to pass the time.
I've never had a bad time at a Black Crow show, even when you guys did the long jams. But
you're just saying that because it's on the line.
No,
I'll tell Gorman right to his face. I love Lions. I love all the songs. There's like 4 albums. There's not a dud on the entire album.
Right.
And then you guys go into like Whoa Mule, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I like a good 2-minute, 30-second hit.
Yeah, I don't want to hear Burrito 1 and Burrito 2.
Yeah.
Just make one burrito.
One burrito. That's all we need.
Gorman, do you ever raise hell when you're in there? Now that you know you're on the other side.
I'm too old to care anymore. There was a time, yeah.
They probably point and laugh and go, "Oh, the drummer, how cute! He's got an opinion."
Would you care to know one of my favorite Black Crow songs?
I'm always interested in your thoughts on the Black
Thank
Crow.
you, sir.
That's
Thank
why
you.
I'm on the phone.
I'm going Black Moon Creeping.
Oh,
I got you know what? I got no problem with Black Moon Creeping.
I love that song.
Let me. How about this? Steve Gorman, drummer for the Black Crows, founding member of the Black Crows.
Third.
Been on radio. Working on radio now.
Nice.
Here's the thing.
Got a reset. It's called a reset.
Opie, when he toured with Jimmy Page, when the Black Crows toured with Jimmy Page, what is your guess, because I know it, that Steve Gorman's favorite Led Zeppelin song was, where every night when he sat behind the kit went, I can't fucking believe I'm sitting here playing this song.
Stairway to Heaven.
Moby Dick. For the win.
You think Chris Robinson's going to let him do Moby Dick?
Oh, sorry. I thought, drum song.
I wouldn't let myself do Moby Dick.
No.
Nuts.
I don't know what song.
Cashmere.
10 Years Gone.
No.
Oh, nice.
10
You guys
Years
got a
Gone.
version of 10 Years Gone?
Oh, yeah.
I might have to play that in its entirety after this
Steve
thrilling
Gorman,
interview.
Steve Gorman, what's your favorite bit of mine?
My favorite bit of Jay Mohr's?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it. It's just, I feel like I'm a sucker for any Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Gets me.
Nice.
But when I saw Jay last year, my favorite bit was talking about Keith Richards finally hit his bottom.
Oh, when Keith Richards went to AA because he fell out of a coconut tree.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great bit.
It's like, I'd hate to be in that meeting.
There's a lot of great bits.
Did you rip your school pants? I used to suck my dentist dick for Vicodin. Are we in the same room? Would you fucking fell out of a tree, you 5-year-old?
I got a question for Steve Gorman. Do you know who Opie and Anthony are?
Oh.
I've heard vague references.
Oh,
vague references.
We're not even on the Black Crows radar, and we've
Steve,
had Chris and Rich on a few times.
When it was a tight, really concise show with real well-scripted bits, that was kind of more my vibe.
I hear you.
Gorman's funny, man.
It got too loose. I mean, I still dig where you're coming from.
But, you know,
all right.
sometimes it goes on too long.
We're the jam band of radio. I got it.
They're on
I
until
got it.
10:30 now, Steve.
Yes.
They totally fucking jam banded out. He called you
Jam band.
Jam banded
This
out.
guy's getting his back.
Roland fucking texted me. We're on until 10:30 now, too, JJ.
Well, we start at 6:30 though. We didn't add time.
Whose fault is that?
We
Mine and
just
Steve's?
shifted. We
Me and Steve
shifted.
are banging out the fucking hits off of Morica.
Where you guys at with the band right now? You guys touring or?
Don't ask.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing going on right now. We toured last year. We're done.
That's it.
What do you mean we're done?
There's nothing. We have nothing on the books for 14. We're all doing other things.
What about 15, 16 through 3,000?
Nice.
I'll let you know in 15. We don't plan ahead very well.
How is Kate Hudson on tour?
A dream.
There you go.
We loved her. We had her in the corner in a studio in Boston when we were talking when we were talking to Chris.
I did
no
200
Spinal Tap
I did a movie
stuff.
with her, 200 Cigarettes.
I know you did, Jay.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up.
Every van
Bring
ride
everyone
home
together.
to the hotel, she goes, "Can we get sushi? I love sushi." I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Of course you
This
could.
is L.A.?
You can have whatever you want.
I'm a Jersey guy. It's like, we got to get sushi, you guys. Don't you guys love sushi? No. Anything you like that much is not your fucking child. Have your head examined. I think she's getting a little nutty, Steve Gorman. I'll get your thoughts on this. You know, you got a kid with Chris Robinson, and then, like, every goddamn boyfriend, 2 days in, you got A-Rod carrying the kid across the street on his shoulders.
Oh.
Then Lance Armstrong's carrying the kid across the street on his shoulders. If you're Chris Robinson, you got to start whacking people.
Man.
I thought she was great in Titanic. That's all I know.
Huh. Let me think about that.
She was great in Titanic. Gorman's funnier than you think, Hope.
I think it's hilarious. What are you saying?
Well,
You're throwing me under the bus.
You laugh at
I didn't
his
hear
joke.
him. I didn't hear the phone crapped out for a second. So what are you doing in 2014?
I have two things going on. I have my own radio show on the very network that has Jay Mohr's radio show.
Nice.
Sports, and then I have a band called Trigger Hippie that's finishing our first record. We've been playing shows off and on over the last few years, and we're going to be doing some very significant touring in the second half of this year.
Very cool. Joan Osborne, Jackie Green, Steve Gorman. Mm-hmm. Who's the other guitarist?
Tom Bukovac.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
You will. Greatest guitar player I've ever taken the stage with.
I like the song Turpentine.
I'm a fan of it myself.
Very nice.
That was the first one he sent me like a year ago. He goes, we just finished this, JJ. Check this out.
Really? We might have to play some Steve Gorman.
I thought I was stalling for it to come in.
Well, your phone's crapping out, Steve Gorman.
Way to go, Gorman.
My phone's crapping out.
Yeah.
That's why you're not a front man.
You don't understand. I'm in the middle of things. I get a text. I call in, and you're bitching.
he would fit in perfect with this show. You ever get to New York?
Yeah, sporadically, several times a year.
You'll have to look us up.
Jay, what are you doing?
Huh?
Where are you? What's happening with you?
I'm in New York. I'm doing some dates. I'm doing Borgata tomorrow night. Saturday I'm at Foxwoods. Sunday I'm at a place that's an over 40 swingers club.
No, that's down the street.
Oh, that's down the street. I'm doing dates. I took the rest of the week off.
Isn't that nice?
So when you're in New York, you got to come on Opie and Anthony, Steve. You guys will all hit it off perfect, and I'm very happy about it. Give me 10% commission on all those laughs.
There you go.
All right.
Steve Gorman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Steve.
On the Progressive Insurance Celebrity Hotline. You're listening to Jay Mohr Sports, Fox Sports Radio.
Insurance.
He hung up. He wanted out.
No,
I didn't hang up on
fun
him.
guy.
What do you want to play? 10 Years Gone by the Black Crowes?
Oh, yeah.
How long is it?
6.5.
Oh, shit.
Let
Let me hear this.
You know what he said?
A little part of this.
He doesn't play for a minute and a half, so you have to actually sit there and look at people's faces in the crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
and then he starts.
smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Jay Mohr's Jimmy Page with the Black Crowes, 10 Years Gone. Yeah, they've been doing the flight simulator for like 3 weeks now on CNN. They're doing all the scenarios that could have happened to the plane.
Yeah. I like how they keep going back to it over and over again like it's a draft simulator. Like they're going to get a different pick.
Right.
Something will happen.
Fucking Blake Bortles fell to number 8. This time it ran out of gas and landed in Perth.
I got only one sports question for you today, because you know your sports.
Huh? What?
My father-in-law is pushing hard for UConn. What's their chances today?
Who do they play?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's what I know the least about.
What? March Madness?
College basketball. But is Jim Calhoun head coach?
No.
Leave it all in the Mets.
He had some problems.
Oh, yeah, he had cancer.
Calhoun had some problems, yeah.
Who do they play? You know what I mean? You don't know who they play.
I don't know.
They have 40
I really don't know.
calls.
You should have known.
Why is today's newspaper have the box score for the Lakers and Knicks from Tuesday?
I don't know.
I thought I was reading the wrong newspaper.
UConn's playing the Cyclones.
Iowa State?
Iowa State, right.
Fred Hoiberg.
Okay, I had no idea.
Mayor of Ames, Iowa, Fred Hoiberg.
My father-in-law is begging me not to, push for UConn because he really believes in my sports cards.
Oh, really?
Because I watched the last game with him, and I was all in. Now I want UConn.
I can't stand college basketball.
I don't like it either.
What about Shabbat?
Huh? What? Huh? What? Hey! Huh? What? What about Shabbat?
You do a sports show, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
He said, what about Shabbat? The fuck does that mean?
What about Shabbat? I think that's his name.
I don't know who
or
that
Shabbat.
There's a lot of Shabbas.
It's the guard for UConn. How do you say his name?
Shabbat Shalom?
All right, Opie.
I don't know. I'm not the sports guy.
You want to be the fucking guy? I'll go down a row with you.
I don't know.
You want it?
Hold on. What's his name?
Do you want it or not?
I don't want.
Well, I'm going to give it to you.
I don't want.
UConn with Jim Calhoun.
Yeah.
Dedicated, determined. Everybody's going to fucking class on time. It's a guard-oriented team, and that's what the tournament is. Coaches
I don't know.
and guard. Shut up, you ass, broke my balls, now you're going to get it.
But what about the 7-foot black center they always like to get?
Centers are fucking
They like to get the really dark ones.
No one has ever won a tournament because of a center.
But
it's
UConn likes to get the really dark black center from Africa.
Jesus.
You should know this.
And Georgetown didn't?
True. See, I'm just showing you I know a little bit, too.
Dikembe Mutombo sounded like Chewbacca. That was a terrible Chewbacca.
There you go. Shabbats. Napier.
Centers are completely irrelevant in tournaments.
He's not a center. He's the guard. Shabazz.
Oh, you're talking about 7-footers. Guards and coaches when it comes to the tournament.
Right.
Iowa State, a program Nothing, building, like foundation. You build a house, have a good foundation. Iowa State. Fred Hoiberg, in the NBA, just a white guy that could drain the fucking three once in a while. That is the better team. Iowa State will beat UConn.
I don't get.
You know why? Because guys at UConn are sitting around watching TV, holding their dicks, and Iowa State, they can't get away with that.
How could a guard here? How could a center not matter in like?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly. It's the same reason a center doesn't matter for an NBA championship. To win a game with precious seconds on the clock, you have to have the ball in your hand. You can't rely on somebody to have to get the ball into somebody else's hands.
Oh, okay.
If I'm standing down to the basket, I'm 7 feet tall from fucking Cameroon, waving my fucking hands around. Yay! Yo! Down low, I'm open! And the fucking guard's looking around, and the coach is yelling what fucking play. Look at any guy. Like, LeBron James is 6'8", but he's still the guy with 10 seconds. He's bringing the ball
all the way
across the court. You go coast to coast, or you can fucking dish it out at the last second. Kobe, Magic Johnson. That's why the Knicks never fucking won. They had to feed Patrick Ewing, and then he had to take 18 steps back and do a 20-foot jump shot for some reason. You're 7 feet tall. Dunk the fucking ball.
What about Phil Jackson in the Knicks? Does he make the changes?
I think everything's magical with Phil Jackson. He just lowered the drinking age in Manhattan to 15. All is good.
He is the greatest.
Yep, Statue of Liberty, he's wearing a thong. Everything's good.
I don't like the Carmelo Anthony. Great individual player, but I don't think Knicks win championships with that guy.
Carmelo Anthony to say, if Phil Jackson can get me a championship, because everything that I've done on my way has led me to here, meaning garbage.
Right.
The fact that he said that out loud is like monumental.
That's promising. I think you're right.
J.R. Smith is maybe the worst human being in the NBA.
He's got to be the #1 gangster in the NBA.
It's the guy, not even a gangster. Like literally, when you go like West 4th Street or Rucker Park, and you're like, this guy fucking won't pass the ball. Like there's that one guy when you're watching like a pickup game.
Right. That's JR.
You're like, pass it, you dick.
I don't know much about basketball.
I know, it's just pretty. I don't watch as much.
I was pretty impressed though by Jay's prowess.
Jimmy, are you doing the cowhead roast?
Who's this I don't know yet.
Guy?
I'm on it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. It's possible.
All right, what's on your info right here? That was my segue, reading your actual...
No,
you don't have to worry about it.
But you're tapping out of the cowhead roast?
I don't know yet. It's not that I'm tapping out of the roast, but I might have something else at night that is unmovable.
Ralphie May?
Something big?
I was going to say E-Rock.
No, is he going to be there?
But
we're not on good terms with Ralphie May. I don't know why.
He doesn't know why either.
I think
just on my podcast.
I think it's
Anthony.
Anthony.
We talked about
it.
Things fell apart.
Anthony blew him up.
Things fell apart. What do you want from me?
He's exaggerating, saving our careers.
What do you want from me?
I like Ralphie May, but
that day, me off mic.
That day we pushed it and made it sound like he really saved our careers, but he really didn't. It was more of a bit.
Yeah, I think he built.
And I heard Anthony's impression of Ralphie May.
Well, it's kind of a little screamy.
I never heard him scream, but
he tends to get a little screamy when we were.
I know you love Ralphie May.
The laughs.
I mean, I'll call a spade a spade.
But, I have no issues with Ralphie May, but he does exaggerate the day that we almost got fired.
I will say this: if you're talking about a guy that's an actual good guy,
Ralphie's a good guy, right?
He's a great guy. And if you're talking about a guy that if you put him in a room, a stand-up comedy club, and he'll just get just guaranteed money in the bank, you'll never not destroy. He's the guy. He's the best.
Right.
He's a first rounder.
Should we call him and smooth it over?
Call him right now.
We got Mindy coming in.
Mindy Kaling?
Yeah.
From the Mindy Project? And the book, Are You Guys Having Fun Without Me? This is Harvey Keitel. He was very well versed in Mindy Kaling. She is from another country. Respect it. Respect all the mores of her society. If she comes in here and wants to eat with her fucking hands, you accommodate it. If she wants to wave her hands around as a center for UConn, you will let her do it. I don't give a shit if she's from Cameroon. Leave it on the Mets.
Should I leave it on the Mets?
Leave it on the Mets. Dodgers are a fucking lock.
Here's Mindy right here.
Do you do the Harvey Keitel crying? Because with him crying is hilarious.
You're gonna be okay.
He goes.
Because in Bad Lieutenant, you can't get nominated for Bad Lieutenant. There's no reason to have an Academy Award. He cries and hallucinates Christ and calls Jesus a rat
naked.
Fuck.
And then he's naked. And
oh, you rat fuck! Oh,
that's it.
Where the fuck were you? I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's sorry, guys. Don't
so
cry.
many bad things. You rat fuck! Goes Jesus of all people.
You're all in with the Jesus too, Jay Mohr.
That's great.
How's that going? It's going well
Well,
for you?
I was never out. I was raised Presbyterian. I'm not a heathen.
No. I thought you were
not a
I'm not
heathen.
Penn Jillette.
I thought you were Catholic.
Yeah, I converted.
Penn
to
hates the Lord.
Oh, you did?
But I was always raised in the church.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I like it. Yes, I am. I'm all in.
It speaks to you.
Gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
tomorrow, Borgata, Saturday, Foxwoods,
Exactly.
what is it, April 5th?
April 5th.
The place that's not even up
Westbury.
yet. The MySpace at Westbury.
The space.
Well, let's get Mindy in here.
I'll see you guys Monday, maybe?
What are you doing?
Jay Mohr's.
I'm going to go.
Oh, okay.
You know what it is?
take
When
it
I'm
off.
in with somebody else, I suck everything out of the room.
Oh, Jay.
Oh, we wouldn't say that.
Oh, my God.
You guys are dicks. You know what?
We wouldn't say that, Jay.
The kid's got a
That's
half
not
hour
nice.
of your time. Why am I going to cut into it?
Okay, let's get Mindy in here.
See, now you know
Jay Mohr.
Beat it.
Fuck you and fuck Michael Jackson.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
The great Jay was.
That's Jay Mohr's.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, boys.
We'll see you maybe, Monday, you said? Sounds great.
Take it easy. All right.
He loves that number 37, too.
Certainly does. Take a seat.
Hi,
All
Mindy.
right.
Right here.
There you go.
That's good.
That's
Where Jay Mohr is sitting?
That's where Jay
Yeah.
Mohr was sitting. Is it warm? Is it uncomfortably warm?
Jay Mohr's kind of hot. He's
Yeah?
yeah.
Digging on Jay?
Adult blonde men, you don't see that often.
No, it's kind of a creepy teen look.
No matter what goes on.
That is true. Adult, blonde
Blonde
men.
men. Well, you're kind of blonde.
Thank you, Mindy.
Reddish blonde.
I'm not an adult yet,
I
though.
came on strong like I'm a pervert. I'm a normal girl.
No,
I
we
don't, I'm not
understand.
just checking at every guy
We
in the
understand.
morning.
That's not pervert. That's actually nice.
No,
You
it's
come in,
kinda-
you think a gentleman is good looking. That's not dirty.
It's pleasant.
Okay,
It's
good.
nice.
That could be a cultural thing, too, though. You know. Well, the opposite of a dark-haired, darker-skinned gentleman.
Anthropologically, you're saying I'm like fine
Exactly.
the opposite, and I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah, I bet that's true.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
It probably does. I wouldn't know.
Do you go
though.
for blonde guys typically?
Well, here's the thing: if you ask most women, and if they're like, the woman who says they don't go for a blonde man is like a liar. Because like anybody, that's like a nice-looking
Nice,
Ken
right?
doll, right?
And the
They
blue
made a
eyes
doll
help,
based
too.
on that.
Yeah,
Doll,
yeah.
right?
I have no preference for hair color. I don't care at all. Like if it's a blonde, brunette, none of it matters to me.
Male, female.
Well, you know, sometimes you kind of you settle in the middle.
Well, that's very feminist of you. You're like, I'll take a beautiful woman in any hair color. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because it's the attitude that makes somebody sexy. It's like, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of really like stripper hot people that are not sexy people
And
at
a
all.
sense of humor.
I don't care about that either.
I like
No.
a good
I want
sense
them
of
to think
humor.
I'm funny, but I'm typically laughing doesn't turn me on. But
No,
when-
you don't like a funny girl?
I love a funny girl, but it doesn't mean
look
I'm
at
going to
that.
be sexual.
You're out.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a thing that will excite me sexually, but I appreciate it if they have it.
Mm-hmm.
That make any sense?
Yeah, totally.
Sort of. Yeah.
Do you ever do stand-up?
God, I tried it for a while. I don't know, I mean, because you guys are all like really funny, but I did that thing where I saw people doing it. This is terrible. You should never be motivated to do it because it's really an art. But like you see people who suck and people kind of compliment them, and you're like, well, I can suck too.
Right.
Why don't I go do it? But you should never be motivated out of spite. And so I quickly gave up because I'm not good at it.
So did you see people that were just awful?
You know, it's okay. So I will say this: there's this nice kind of, it's coming from a really good place of reverse sexism, where like I feel like a woman will do stand up and people will be like, she's really hilarious, and you're like, it's just like so that people can feel like there's whatever. And so I felt like I was kind of motivated in this bad way of like, well, if the bar is set low, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Sarah
yeah.
Silverman's like a genius. She's super funny. You shouldn't do it unless you're really good and you really put in the time to like. Because it's hard work. Like you have to work really hard to get, I think, good. I mean, unless you're like Chappelle or Louis C.K., where like everything they say, it just sounds like an amazing.
I think it just, I think the time that you have to put in is so long, and you know that it's going to be a painful couple of years
Totally.
before you even get close to being any good.
Yeah,
and that
peasants
is
and-
like, ugh.
And eating it, like I mean,
Just
the
sucking
pain
it,
of
right.
eating it,
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
like
yeah.
going to coffee shops in Reseda and practicing your bits on like, I mean, that seems like you have to be a really like tough.
I couldn't imagine, because I know, like, my buddy Joe Curry started out, like, and with, I mean, the minimum.
Right.
And to sit there, and sometimes you're in a pizza place, and all of a sudden you hear hey, and let's bring up. I'm like, what? I didn't even know if someone was going to be here. Where are they going to be?
Yeah, it's barely a venue.
Yeah.
I suppose that we're an audience now.
What? They do comedy here?
That's so funny.
Yeah, I just wanted a slice, and now I'm an audience member.
I have to listen to these terrible observations.
Guys insulting your shirt and fucking your outfit and your wife.
You. I would instantly want to go to like a name club and get up and do time there. I don't want to have to go through that horrible time where you're working a real job to live, and then you're doing this to try to make something of yourself. Fuck that.
Did you bomb?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing about me was I think that I have no... I mean, here's the thing. If you're a stand-up, the kind of stand-up I like I said, Chappelle, Louis C.K., they are just talking about stuff that's interesting to them. And clearly they work and they craft jokes. But they're smart and their brains are really, like, turned on and whatever. But I was just, like, I didn't want to open up that much about my life. Because, like, Louis can talk about marriage, his kids.
Oh, yeah.
Chappelle, he has so many cool demons. And I was like, I didn't have, honestly, enough that I could, like, wasn't introspective enough. I didn't want the audience to know that much about me. And so it sucked. So when I'd bomb because people were like, well, we don't even know who you are.
Carlin, though, I think, Pryor was the guy who let you in on everything. But Carlin, who was one of the greatest ever, never really did. Like, he was like kind of a guy just kind of standing on the sidelines, just attacking everybody. Yeah.
Yep.
You didn't know much about him. You're
Seinfeld
right.
is largely, he's never talking about his personal life.
Right.
So those guys, they're like, if you're not going to let yourself in and you don't have that connection, you have to be like a masterful joke writer, or in Carlin's case, like, his opinions are so well researched and smart.
Yeah.
Because that's a guy who's like, he's not just like talking about politics, he's like read about it and like.
Yeah, you have to be very socially aware.
But Mindy, you don't have a good backstory, or you just like to be very private?
I think I'm ultimately a pretty private person.
Right.
Which no one guesses from me because of like my show or like the fact that I'm like, blah, 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 like talking a lot. But yeah, like I'm always like, I don't want my parents to be like ashamed. You know, like,
I stopped worrying about that in 1991 because I started talking about certain things. I'm like, if they ever see my act, it's going to be humiliating.
We messed that up a long time ago.
But in success, you guys have become like, if you can be successful about doing that, then they're like, we're proud again, because it's like if you do it at such a high level, it's so cool, actually.
Well, your parents, they like what you do?
They love it. They really do love it. It's weird. Like, we didn't have any performers in my family, but they loved comedy. My parents would, like, all we would do is go for long drives to Virginia Beach from Boston. Because I think, like, Indian families would go for, like, long, weird drives that are, like, 15 hours long. And we would just listen to, like, comedy albums. So they really appreciated it. And I guess it's kind of like stand-up is, like, kind of an American art form. When you're Indian immigrants, it's, like, really interesting to you.
Yeah.
So we would do that. And they love comedy, and they love The Office. They love Carell. But
who they love as a stand-up, your parents?
Seinfeld, they adored. Because, in general, too, like, he was pretty clean.
Oh, yeah.
But they also, like, I remember when I first moved to LA, I'd be like, Mom and Dad, you gotta watch the Chappelle Show. Which is sketches, not stand-up, but they loved Chappelle. I think kind of, like, racistly in my family, like, we had this, like, kind of unspoken thing where we're just, like, we, like, just love black comedians, too. Because when I was a kid, Bill Cosby stand-up, too. Because he's so moral. Which I think my parents connected to as well. Like the way he's really high, sets a really high bar for how you should be as like a husband and a dad. And like I think like it was funny, so my parents thought that was cool.
Great storyteller.
Such a
His storytelling is second to none.
And that's but Louis is also great at that. The ability to keep you interested as he just walks through a story. No matter what the information is, I lose people 5 minutes. Like I've learned to get to the fucking point because I lose people fast. Like, but Louis can just keep people for 20. Jim Brewer can do that. There's certain guys that can hold your interest for a long period of time.
Oh, I should watch Jim Brewer because I only, of course, know stuff from SNL.
Brewer's
a great stand-up.
Yeah,
his stand-up's amazing.
Is that how he got on SNL? Is it from stand-up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's been a stand-up his whole life. But I just saw him recently. He does like 5-6 stories. That's his whole set.
That to me
long form, but the jokes are in there the whole time.
That to me is the best.
Oh, then you got to see Brewer next time he's around you. He's great.
Yeah, I should.
How many times did you do it?
Stand-up?
Yeah.
I'd say like 6 times. Once I did it at like Notre Dame, and like I feel like it was like a big football weekend, and it was like because here's the other thing about stand-up. I have my guy friends, BJ and all that, who do stand-up and they love it. Part of the reason when you're in your 20s and you do stand-up is because of all the action you can get from college girls. And so you're like psyched to do it, and then you go party and you hook up, and it's the funnest weekend ever. But I'm like a home, like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I'm not going to, like, go, like, great, I can hook up with a 19-year-old guy. It's like, I'm worried about getting murdered. Like, what? There's no upside, really, for me. So I just go back to my, like, weird hotel and watch cable and fall asleep. So it was a very depressing experience.
I did the same thing. I never hooked up with the college girls because the act.
Didn't you?
I don't know, but that's the question I asked many times in the mirror in the hotel bathroom alone as a prostitute was on her way over. It's humiliating. I was struck out terribly in colleges.
Really?
Yeah, you need a certain, like an actor, a personality that they would kind of lock into.
But did they like your act?
Yeah, it would go okay. I never killed in colleges. I think
you weren't going to the right place.
You probably no. I did enough of them where I was too dirty or I was too mean, and I kind of stopped doing. They just stopped asking for me. Like I did one convention, not a lot of interest.
No,
not a lot of interest.
I'm so surprised to hear that.
I find acting to be harder than stand-up. A lot of people say stand-up, but I find acting to be harder because you have to stay into the scene. You can't break it and say this stinks if it stinks.
Well, I think you're absolutely right that acting is very hard. I feel like because I write my show, and because I'm like allowed as like the writer creator to just like make up lines, it's like very easy. Also, like my character is not, I'm like disappearing into a part. I'm like doing a kind of a version of myself, a character named Mindy. So
yeah, right.
It's like,
do you change stuff from like take to take? You'll just switch lines?
Not that much, because I think the other actors in your scenes get annoyed if they don't know what you're going to say, if not everyone's an improv. But Ike Barinholtz, who is another comedian, he's a writer on the show, he and I improvise a lot, because it's weird, like in a show, like you can only improvise if like he knows where the storylines are going. So he has like an idea of like what areas you can improvise.
Yeah,
in,
you can't just take it somewhere
you just
completely
can't take it in like
off,
another direction.
Off script.
But in general, like the best stuff, the best shows, like I look at like Raymond and stuff, they're generally not improvised.
No.
You know, like Seinfeld wasn't improvised. That was scripted to a T.
Right.
So if those guys were like the greats, don't depend on it, then like I feel like why am I?
Well, then you got to look though. Seinfeld wasn't very successful. His show.
That's true.
No, he did well.
Oh, literal gem.
The guy who ruins a fun, sarcastic moment. No, seriously, I'm kidding aside. He was good. The original Office, too, I always thought that Gervais, I thought so much of that had to be improvised or had to be off the cuff, and he said it was all scripted. It was so brilliantly done. Some of the stuff, like, there's no way they could have scripted that moment. It was too, like, alive and
those little awkward moments where somebody literally looks like they're tripping up, and it was written. You know, that's brilliant to me. Yeah.
Well, especially did you see all of the original Office?
Yeah, of course.
I think that's like a perfect series, but the moment when Tim takes off his microphone.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, I think it's also the quality of the mockumentary, which makes you feel like, how could it be scripted? It's so real. But when he takes that off and walks in, it's like, I'd never seen anything like that before. And so when you find out how tightly scripted Steven and Ricky did it, it's kind of crazy. So moving.
Yeah, and they're all such great actors. I love when in the second episode, I think, when he's just trying to be funny, and I've told him this, just trying to be funny with this new girl at the office, and he does the thing with the answering machine.
Oh,
Do you remember that when he mock throws it and he drops it on the floor?
Yes, and it's like,
and it's like, oh, what a perfectly douchey thing to do. There's no way that was scripted.
Do you remember that one scene that he did where he was he was feeling very competitive, and he was doing they were talking about, like, we always looked at it in the office as like our favorite moment, when he was talking about the hypothetical thing that happened, and he said there's been a rape up there.
Yeah.
And it was like part of like they were like
the hotel
they were trying to. His whole thing was he was trying to tell his employees, teach them about it, and it was like, why would you improvise that at that moment? And it's just so funny.
Well, he was so great because the guy was in their office that day trying to teach them like certain things about being successful in business.
Yeah.
But Gervais couldn't handle that this guy. So he made it a competition and worked against the guy, and it was like, and then they switched roles, and the guy's like, and Ricky Gervais played the guy behind the counter. And he's like, there's a problem in my room. He goes, what's your room number? And the guy's like, 357. He's like, there is no 357.
That was one of those things where, like, that kind of improvised, like, that was so well observed of Ricky Gervais. Like, that was such a funny, that guy who's just terrible at improv and yes-anding. It was so brilliant.
And you have to be so good at what you do to make it seem like that.
Yeah.
To make it seem so naturally awkward.
This is not just like reminiscing about The Office, but one thing I thought was really funny on that show was he was always the person who was offending everybody. But what was so good about David Brent was when he would get frustrated with somebody else. Like, remember that guy Keith? And there was like that long scene where he's trying to like talk to him, and like David Brent for once is being put upon, and he's usually the one that's like bothering other people, and he's just so exquisitely impatient, like. And
doing the evaluations.
And he's like, my God, who is this idiot? And I feel like we tried with Kevin because that's such a fun. Because Carell being impatient too was so fun.
Yeah,
when he just couldn't handle, like he couldn't handle the people of the. In the workplace.
And he was also a prude. Like, David Brent was a prude. Like, he didn't like sex jokes.
Really?
Yes.
True?
Oh, yeah, but in the show, he didn't like, he goes, that is sexist. Yeah, he didn't like sex jokes or any type of vulgar stuff. Like, he was a prude.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Did you watch all of the original before you started doing? You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, it was just like the little video he did. We spent all of his savings on doing the remake of the If You Don't Know Me By Now video. He was such a, it's interesting because Ricky's so brilliant and so wonderful, and the character was so heartbreaking. And then what's so great about Carell was, like, Carell did something different, which was, like, Carell, like, he's a little warmer than Ricky. I feel like he exudes, like, a warmth about him. Where, like, you feel sorry for Ricky, but with Steve, I felt, maybe just because this is just because we did so many more episodes, you got to know him even more.
Yeah.
I wanted to protect Michael, and I feel like Jim wanted to protect him, where even by the episodes at the end, I felt like the Tim character and Ricky Gervais, he grew to admire him, but didn't want to. Like, I felt like Jim at the end of The Office, Pam, like, no, they didn't want anyone to hurt Michael, which was kind of a nice thing about having the series on the air for 9 seasons.
Yeah, you kind of explore all angles and personalities. Did you know Patrice?
Wow.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
I was very intimidated by him because...
Why? He made people feel comfortable and welcome.
I got the sense that I was, like, always, like, 1 or 2 sentences away from his, like, an exquisitely mean rant he would go on. You know, like...
You did know Patrice.
You described him perfectly.
He'd be like, hey, Patrice, like, do you want to go to Crafty? And he was like, I'm fat? What are you trying to say? And then you were, like, eviscerated. And you're like, I can't believe
that's funny.
That's our pal, man.
That was him.
Yeah, he was on. That's how I heard about The Office originally. Like before, I think I knew Patrice was on that show before I even saw the British.
He was a softie in the end, man. Yeah. He was intimidating, but when you got in, it was nice.
He was.
Yeah, he was a really good
He
guy.
did the show a million times.
Yeah.
Jimmy was very close to him and brought him into our arena.
But he was just loud.
And we all became friends.
Super funny.
Oh, one of the best.
You're nice to your fans too. I was reading your Twitter, and I'm like, she's just a nice person. Like
I'm like terrible.
Oh, really? You're just a great actress?
Well, I'm like fearful. I'm fearful. So like fearfulness makes you nice sometimes, but thank you for saying that. I should have just accepted the compliment. I'm sorry, what were you saying about how nice I was?
No, that's okay. I like the fact that, like, as a true performer, we never want to be told that we're nice, and if someone says you're not nice, you go, what the fuck? Of course I'm nice.
Yeah.
But what happened with people waiting outside to meet you, like on 6th Avenue, and they couldn't meet you?
I did a signing outside of a store on 6th Avenue at the Strand and Club Monaco. It was for my book, and I thought it was for 2 hours, supposed to do this screening, but it was incredibly cold yesterday. In LA, it's like 70 degrees, but it was like 25 degrees. And all these girls, because that's who really likes me and reads my book and stuff, these 21-year-old girls or whatever, were waiting for 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow.
And there's too many people for that amount of time. I stayed an extra hour and signed stuff. And I left, and like, apparently, this to me is like, if I had been that age and this had happened to me, I'd be so fucking pissed. Like, imagine waiting for 3.5, 4 hours and then being told when you're within shots that, like, I left. And I had to go to something else afterwards because it's like a packed press tour. And so people were tweeting at me. And I was like, if I was that age and I was such a big fan, that would actually make me actively hate the show. So I felt like I wanted to connect with those people and just be like, I'm so sorry. So I've been trying to, like, I tried to message some of those guys and send them a signed book, or I have some, like, stuff back in LA that my assistant can, like, send them, but it sucks because, we're not a hit show, so anybody who, like, is going to do that, like, it just made me feel really bad.
Well, it was really, because it was, they should have cut the line. That's not your fault. I mean, somebody should have went out there and said, look, she won't make it past this, and they should have just stopped letting people
That's what they
line
usually
up.
do, right?
Yeah,
I
normally.
don't think they were expecting how popular I'd be.
Yeah. But she was tweeting nice stuff, like, hey, tweet me your address or whatever, and then delete, like, so I guess you could get stuff to them, which I thought was really nice.
Well, first I said, like, hey, tweet me your address so I can send something, and they're like, oh no, these poor young women are sending their addresses to some serial murderers. So like, quickly delete that. I'll direct message you.
Yeah, that really probably wasn't the safest thing.
I know. I was like, now I've put them in danger, in addition to making them mad.
You tweet your address and a nude photo, and then just give me your information. I'll make sure I get something to you.
Mindy Kaling responsible for 20 murders of young women moving to the city to make it.
Were you an improv actress before you started, or did you, or just start right with traditional acting?
I was never really an improv actor. I didn't have any training. The training I had, which was excellent training, was just like watching Steve Carell for like 16 hours a day for 8 years, which would make anyone kind of a good actor. Wow. Because you know that. You guys ever see Waiting for Guffin?
Oh, yeah.
So you know that there's this Eugene Levy character who's just like, he's just like, I was not the funny guy, but I sat next to him and I studied him, which was, I think, such a self-aware, funny thing to say. Yeah. And that's how I felt. I was number 14 on the call sheet on that show. But I would watch, like, Helms, Carell, like, Will Ferrell came by, your guys' friend Patrice, Craig Robinson, who's so funny. And once you get those cadences and you're just exposed to it, like, it's like going to acting school. Because Carell he comes from Chicago, he's an incredible improviser, and he can't turn it off. So he'll improvise with you, and you just kind of, like, baptism by fire. And you guys are all writers, so if you're a funny writer, you probably at one point were like, I could be in front of the camera, and of course I felt that way. And then I just got the experience to do it.
And you got named one of Time's. What year was it that they named you one of the 100 most influential?
That was last year.
That was last year. And what was their reasoning for it?
What was their reasoning?
No. I don't mean that in a shitty way.
You're like, it was so surprised.
I don't mean that.
Dubious.
I don't mean it like that. I'm saying that's a tremendous. That's a tremendous thing to get.
No, named. It's too much. I mean, you guys are in comedy, and when it's like you want to be told you're funny, but when it's almost like if you get overpraised, immediately you're like, oh man, this fucking backlash.
Oh, what I do, yeah.
I was saying, like, I was on the list with like surgeons and people who were like, like religious figures.
Let them get on stage or in front of the camera.
And laughter's the best medicine.
So a person I know, and you look like this idiot, where like you feel like you submitted to do it. I remember when it happened, and I knew it too, because I'm such a like cynical comedy person where I'm like, great, backlash. I couldn't enjoy it, of course. The minute it happened, LA Times next week, some fucking editor was like, Mindy Kaling is considered, what has our culture become? And I was like,
boy.
I was just saying like, hey man, that's not like, obviously I agree with you.
Right.
Like, I didn't
run for this.
I didn't run for this, and I was like, my publicist has admit me for this. But it was, which is such an ungrateful way of saying, like, it was such an honor, and at the same time, I was like, I was very self-conscious about it.
How annoying is it that they would write the editorial? As a performer, you never, like, do you read the negative stuff? It's hard to avoid it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel, I'm so into feedback, which is something that I want to quell in my personality, but, I was saying this earlier, is like, I want our show to be a hit show. And largely the stuff that I love, like Raymond, those shows, they're hit shows. Seinfeld, like the stuff that lasts the test of time. Sometimes they suck, but in general, like, even the comedy snobs will be like, yeah, the biggest hits were kind of the best shows. So for me, I'm like, well, how do I get to that place? So of course I read feedback. But the problem is that it has to be, like, worthy. Like, people calling me, they call me like a terrorist or like whatever racist bullshit they want to say. I have to like sift through that to get to the point where they're like,
that's constructive.
to like sort of stuff. And unfortunately, that all comes together.
That's a great point. That really is a great point.
So it's like you want feedback, but you have to get it from like.
You got to cut the fat.
The smart.
To get to the meat of it.
But like,
everyone didn't used to have such a public voice. In the old days,
platforms,
we talk about it all the time. How if you were on television or movies or anything, someone had to sit down and write a letter and mail it, and hopefully, somebody that screened the mail, if it got through them, it went to someone else. The celebrity never really got to look at a lot of negativity. Now it's, hey, Twitter, bam, oh my God, these monsters.
What a great point, because if you had to write a letter, you have to have sustained hostility to finish a letter, seal it, find the address, and send it. Whereas, like, a teenager right now could be like, you're so ugly, you should kill yourself.
Bam,
on Instagram.
It's out.
And I'm like, hey, man, maybe, like, later in the afternoon and when you're not in detention, you might not have wanted to say that to me. But, like,
I caught her in a different light, and she looked pretty good.
See, I actually get that, but I put that under constructive. That's actually helpful. But yeah, it's really weird because there are people that say stuff that's critical that makes sense, and that I don't find to be just trolling or douchey. Like even if I don't like it, and like then when you blast the haters, like you can't take it. It's like no, you're not being constructive.
There
you
is
think
a
you
difference.
Are. Yeah, and
really
that's actually the criticism that hurts the most is when someone, especially if it's somebody who I know has good taste. Like there's just one guy on Twitter who like loves some of the shows that I love, and he's able to articulate it in a way which is like exactly the way I would like it.
No.
And he doesn't like the show, and it kills me.
It's like, but you like this.
I know.
You should like this.
You like Veep. I like Veep. We would be friends.
You know what? I'm sure Hitler liked vanilla ice cream too.
Thank you for putting it in perspective like that.
Yeah, I mean, I find the same thing. They like certain things, and then they hate my guts. But just because we have certain similar likes doesn't mean that they're gonna like me. It's amazing how much they can like the things and hate my guts.
What are your guys' favorite shows when you watch TV? Like because you're so busy. Like
my favorite Martian. No, Taxi I think is my favorite. Taxi or All in the Family are the two best sitcoms. I think.
So I'm obsessed with Taxi.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Started Christmas Eve, I was obsessed with it. And the reason I love it so much, besides the storytelling, is that you had unbelievably broad characters.
Yep.
And then you had Judd Hirsch, who could be in like a drama.
Yeah.
And they coexisted in this world, so like you could like anything and you'd be able to find it. And I felt like when I looked at that show at The Office, we were like, okay, we have John Krasinski, who's so dry, but then we also have Kevin, who's like, you know, Michael, I ate the moon. Like he's like a very broad comedy character. I love that show.
Yeah, it's really the stuff that they did, and I love when Louis gets he fucks Xena's friend. Do you remember when he took Xena's friend home in a cab and she was on pills and he wound up fucking her? It was just so great that was the storyline. Was that his girlfriend's friend was on pills and drunk and he banged her?
You can't do that nowadays.
No, I mean, and he was such a. They voted
that
him,
edgy stuff was hilarious,
and it's just not because people would say you contribute to rape culture if you did that.
Yeah.
But
which, by the way, is good that we're not contributing to rape culture.
No, but I wouldn't think that was a contributing thing to it. Like I don't think that humor really contributes to a certain.
No.
Believe me, what did Carlin say? If something about changing the condition, people think about changing language to change a condition. It just doesn't.
I think with comedy, I think it's all about context, and I really think there aren't many subjects you can't use in comedy. And in that case, I find it kind of insulting when people say, oh, you shouldn't do that or shouldn't joke about that. But I don't see anything that should be off limits, really. I mean, obviously people are going to be offended, but I think we should be able to joke about anything.
If you make it funny, especially, right?
It's interesting because I think that I agree with you, but I'd also say that I think sometimes comedians can be very lazy because they take an area that's just taboo.
I'm going to say it can suck. I mean, people can get on server, and it'll suck, but I don't think it just has to suck because of the subject. I think how they tackle the subject is why it sucks.
Yes.
And there are horrible things that people make jokes about that it's like, oh my God, you almost feel guilty laughing, but you are laughing. And it's because it's done so well.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's so much the subject matter as the horrible way people go about trying to make a joke about it. It's all about it.
The lazy part is what? Is just kind of going after a subject just to do it.
Here's what I'll say. Like, you get a lot of attention by doing that. And sometimes people laugh because they can't, because of the audacity of it. Which is not an earned laugh. And I notice women fall into this trap a lot, female stand-ups, where I feel like they're like, oh, it's interesting if I'm just like, I got raped yesterday, guys. And everyone laughs. Everyone laughs. No, but like everyone laughs because they couldn't believe an attractive woman would say it.
Right.
Which, if you're a joke writer and you have spent your life like, in the trenches sitting around jokes, and you're like, you can't just go up there and wear makeup and say, make a joke, just say abortion. That doesn't mean you're funny.
Right.
You know, and the worst thing is like, Sarah, who is an exquisite joke writer, not to throw the word exquisite around twice in the half an hour, but she's an amazing joke writer, and she'll write a joke in an edgy area that is actually like a joke, and the watered-down version of that, to me, kind of sucks. I also, I don't know, maybe I'm a prude, because like I worry about young women who get into comedy, too, who like use that as their calling card. Because men are going to get titillated by that. And I just want to be like, no, they're not interested in you and for the reason you think they are. But,
I think that goes away. We have to wrap with Mindy, but oh man, no, that's they have another interview to do. You're really interesting, and it's Mindy. Honestly,
no, for real.
Mindy Kaling.
We really like the time
on Twitter, and the Mindy Project is Tuesday at 9 o'clock on Fox, and there's an all-new 1-hour spring premiere. episode 9. Oh, episode 9 p.m. Okay, that was really, this is one long run-on sentence, and I'm butchering the plug like the no-talent fucking shitbag I am. It's an all-new...
You made a small, not even worth mentioning type mistake.
I know, but a small but critical error. Episode 9 o'clock. And did you want to... We have a huge fan of yours here. Did you want to ask a question?
No.
Dan, you just get to a mic real quick, because she has to go.
You're so
you have to get to a microphone.
demure. How's it going?
Come
over here. Hi. How are you?
There's a mic right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to ask a question?
Yeah.
Because...
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Zanny Brand.
Hey, nice to meet you.
You're like my favorite person.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. I guess I don't really have a specific question. Are you going to write another book?
I am. Yeah, I'm working on it right now. Just long, angry essays and how unfairly I feel like I've been treated when I haven't been truly. that kind of thing. I want to ask you guys about more of the shows you like. I love talking about. It's so easy to like hate on stuff, but I love hearing.
Come back and see us, man.
So you like Taxi, which is a show about 40 years ago.
I liked MASH, even though the humor on MASH to me doesn't really hold up as much, but the serious, awful moments hold up.
I'll watch Seinfeld 8,000 times a night because I think that's how many times it's on.
Yes.
And the same episode over and over. I'll laugh at the same spots. I don't know why, but that is just an amazing show.
The cadences on that show are like exactly what you want to see before you go to bed.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it's
you're like, oh, this is like a lull in me.
Funny. The world is gone and I can sleep now.
Exactly.
I'm a huge fan of the Brady Bunch.
Okay, guys.
I am too.
The most recent show was on 19 years ago.
But only the Cousin Oliver years. When Cousin Oliver came, it really brought it home. When Alice and Sam had their relationship, that's when it got kind of heavy.
That is true.
Mr. Brady made his announcement.
I haven't watched many comedies of late.
I'm so curious if you guys would like
But I do
Workaholics
like,
or Always Sunny or any of those shows.
I loved Always Sunny. I
So
tapped
good,
out for whatever reason. I don't know why I tapped out for no specific reason, but I loved that show.
O'Reilly.
Oh.
All right, do we have to wrap up this?
Yeah, Minnie's got to
I've been here
go.
for an hour and a half. So much fun, guys. I love talking to you.
Absolutely.
You come back and see us.
I guess
please.
we're done.
Yeah, I guess we're done too.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, sure. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
After 20 years of broadcasting excellence, Opie and Anthony have created a show that doesn't allow a moment to be missed. So don't. Catch what you didn't hear or listen to it all over again. The Opie and Anthony Encore, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.